Hello and welcome to the first official session of A History of the Forgotten Realms Murder in Baldur's Gate. Tonight I'm going to take you and our adventurers through the history of the realm, and we'll see what trouble they can get into. If you're ready, I'm ready. Since the Dawn Age, Faerun has been in turmoil. Long before humans decided that they invented the time-honored practice of mucking about in other people's business, the gods, the creator species, and the dragons, and even the elves waged their wars, bringing one another and themselves to ruin and near extinction. From the Blue Age to the Crown Wars and the War of the Seven Citadels, these beings wrought destruction upon the continent and the world, followed by the dwarves, the tribes of humanity, and the elves as we know them today. In the age of humanity, the empires flourished and grew, creating bounty and abundance, but also greed. And as the gods began to meddle in the affairs of man, and the kingdoms of the Underdark began to settle and to mine new and uncharted territories, so too did the creatures of the spine of the world and the sea of the fallen stars begin to migrate towards these new civilizations, and the Netherese were gifted with magic from Mistral, Lady of Mysteries. After years of war with Faerun, Netheril had become a wasteland, partly due to its own use of the magic that they were gifted. A man named Karsus decided that it was time to take fate into his own hands, forged a crown of powerfully arcane Netherese crystals, and wrested power from the Lady of Mysteries. His body swelled with godly power, and his mind raced with unimaginable knowledge. He realized immediately the horrible mistake that he had made. As the weave began to unfurl and the cities of Netheril came crashing to the ground, Mistral clawed back her power from Karsus, both doubling and killing the effects of magic for a time. But Karsus's folly was too great, and Mistral chose to sacrifice herself to save Netheril and the whole of magic itself. In his final moments, Karsus's divine link with Mistral was severed, and he was petrified to keep anyone else from harm. As he was consumed, he watched as all but 3 of Netheril's flying islets crashed to the ground, killing everyone and everything he ever knew and loved. Mistral was reborn Mistra, mother of all magic, and with her, the weave and magic itself also reborn. When the gods beheld what power they could truly wield, they began to focus on more than the petty needs of mere mortals. Bane and Miracle sought to steal the tablets of fate from Eo, the overdeity himself. Now, Eo was far from pleased by this display of divine neglect of duty and sentenced the gods to walk amongst their followers on the surface, robbing them of their invulnerability and a large portion of their power. Clerics who strayed too far from their deities, like literally too far, like more than a mile too far, found themselves incapable of channeling divine magic at all. And arcane magic, no longer regulated by the Mother of Magic herself, became unstable and wildly unpredictable, leading magic users everywhere to call it wild magic. And the gods? Well, they were mortal now, and although still quite powerful, that meant they could die. And die they did. En masse gods were captured, slaughtered, destroyed, tried, and jailed. Many gods created cults of followers with dangerous fervor. Gods like Tiamat, Bhaal, Bane, Joaquin, Torm, and Miracle did not survive this so-called time of troubles. The better gods, the ones who actually served their acolytes, united their followings and established temples, friaries, houses, and other holy sites, doing far more good on earth than they ever did in the outer or upper planes. Some gods even formed relationships or had relations with humans, creating both intentional and unintentional children to continue their mortal work. Thanks only to the help of mortals Kalimvor, Midnight, Cyric, and Adon, Eo recovered the Tablets of Fate, promptly grinding them into dust and unraveling the laws of realm space, throwing the world into an era of upheaval, but ultimately allowing the once former gods to return to the outer planes and elevating Kalimvor, Midnight, Cyric, and Adon to godhood themselves. Now, in the present age, the turmoil of the gods seems to have projected itself onto the civilized world with the Tegan invasion, the Second Rise of Netheril, the 12th Saros War, and the Last Rage of Dragons, all waged within the same 30 years of existence. In 1385, Cyric, yes, the mortal Cyric, now a god, aided by Shar, the Lady of Loss, murdered the goddess Mystra. This act ripped asunder the weave, unleashing its raw power in a catastrophe known as the Spell Plague. More gods die, others simply vanish. Some gods were revealed to be, in fact, other gods, and some gods were revealed not to be gods at all, but ancient beings known only as primordials. Some gods were left so weakened by the chaos that they were subsumed by other gods entirely, leaving them in unending servitude to beings they once considered equal to themselves. Now, in the year 1480, we find ourselves in Baldur's Gate, a city on the verge of war, a simmering stew pot of social tensions where even the smallest drop of unrest might cause it to boil over and turn the city against itself. Walls cut Baldur's Gate into 3 cities. The rich live atop bluffs protected from the bourgeoisie. Their homes cling to slopes to literally prevent members of the middle class from rising above their stations. Beyond the protection of the walls, the city's many outcasts live with no law other than that enforced by the daggers of thieves. Adventurers, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
So
Let's go.
ready?
I'm
Wonderful.
excited.
Okay, everyone can hear you now.
Hello.
And everyone can
Hi,
see
people.
you.
Hello,
gosh.
world.
Oh my goodness!
We exist.
You
Oh
do
my
exist.
God.
It's
It's
real.
It's
true.
real.
What's happening?
We're technologically savvy here, so pardon my notebook. All right. Well, the light drizzle isn't dampening the festive mood emanating from the gawkers and the hawkers of wares in the wide. A marketplace packed with people from all strata of society, stalls selling exotic Faerun goods, cheerful citizens tightly wreath a platform erected along the wide's eastern edge. Someone wearing an official-looking sash is speaking, but the crowd's noise drowns his words. Don't worry about it. Moments later, a throng erupts in wild cheers as an older, surprisingly muscular man takes center stage. The ovation continues for minutes unabated. A nearby wizened female eyes you with amusement before hollowing, "This here's Duke Abdul Adrian, and I mean," as if that explains anything, as if it explains everything, supposedly. The Duke, smiling broadly, bows to the crowd and then gestures for quiet. The crowd obeys, except for one person who shouts, "We love you, Abdul!" But there's bound to be a few of those. The Duke responds, "I love you too, Baldur's Gate." And the assemblage explodes in deafening hurrahs and huzzas. Another wave of the speaker's hand silences the crowd. For several minutes, the Duke heaps civic praise on Balduran, founder of Baldur's Gate, expounds on the virtues of shared opportunity, and waxes poetic about the future. As he speaks, you notice a disturbance to your right. Someone's pushing roughly towards the platform. A cloaked and hooded figure emerges from the crowd, scrambles onto the podium, and strides towards Adrian, short sword in hand. What do you do?
Oh, it's our turn now.
Wow. Okay.
It is your
Oh,
turn.
wow.
Let me get you some battle music.
Oh, we're already jumping into
Hey,
battle?
what? Oh my God.
Oh,
Well, we
fun.
should, if it works. Let's see. I have it playing. Loading.
Rendering.
Ah! I think I hear it.
Okay. I hear it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I hear it. Yeah.
loud and clear.
Whoa.
Let me turn it up here. Oh, there we go. That's fun. Very subtle. What would you like to do? Abdul Adrian, hero of Baldur's Gate, stands on the stage with a hooded figure. All of the other armed personnel scatter. The crowd is freaking out. They don't know whether to run towards him, whether to run away from them, whether to grab the flaming fist or the watch. We're in the wide. What do we do? Do we go to the watch? Do we go to the... I mean, he's flaming fist. Should we grab them? He can stand up for himself, right?
Question first.
Yes.
I'm assuming at this point we're all disparate strangers, not knowing each other in different places throughout the wide and the assemblage, right?
Well, you tell me. How about we start with you? What do you see?
Myself?
Correct.
I'm definitely going to be towards further the back of the audience. There as a curiosity, but thinking this event's no more than just a typical one of the Grand Duke's, speeches to the public, but mostly just assuming that it's lip service, so kind of there, but not as checked in, so I'm definitely not going to be in a position that I can move up quickly or make a move.
Okay.
But I'm going to at least try looking for members of the Watch and the Fist around me.
I mean, you see plenty of them. They're everywhere, but they're already rushing towards the stage.
Okay.
All of them
Alright.
certainly seem concerned. None of them seem aloof.
Then I'm gonna try moving forward more with them, but I'm gonna be hanging back, like, behind everything, more prepared to help any civilians that might need help, more than trying to assist in the fight.
Okay.
Yeah. But hand is on my sword. I haven't drawn it yet, but I'm at the ready in case someone else comes at me. Even though it just seems like there's the one attacker, I'm going to be absolutely looking around, making sure no one else is coming out.
Okay. What do the rest of you do? Where are you? Tell me what you see.
I think I would be off to the side, trying not to bring much attention to myself, blending in with the crowd. But as I see this, that it is popular amongst the peoples of Baldur's Gate, I think, since you said like, it feels like there's like, is the Flaming Fist like rushing towards? They're all like rushing towards the stage. You said.
The Flaming Fist and the Watch have both made a break from
And
the
the
stage, yes.
Okay. Well, I feel like I wouldn't be too far from the stage.
Okay.
So, but let's see. I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow, and I have a net arrow. Try and maybe capture this person who is rushing towards the Duke.
So you try to get your bow out, and you're just every which way you turn, you're elbowing somebody. There are so many thousands of people in this crowd. You may not be native to the area, but looking around, it's very clear that not only is this the largest place of business that you've seen in this city, this is the most people you've seen at any one time anywhere. You think the whole city might be here, and you think to yourself, certainly it's not safe, is it? You can keep trying to pull your bow, or you can attempt to move closer. That being said, the hooded assailant swings at Abdul Adrian. And
All
he
right, I'm gonna
connects.
attempt to move closer.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
You're gonna attempt to move closer? Okay.
Yeah.
Lauren, what do you do?
Okay, so I like to think that I was off to the side while this was going on. Like, only half listening the whole time. Maybe there was like a small kid and I was doing like a nice little cool trick for them. And like, just as I was like mid, like doing like something cool, this starts going off and she just kind of looks over. I just kind of look over and I'm seeing all this commotion. And so then she looks at the kid and is just like, we'll finish this later. And she's gonna try and push her way through the crowd.
Okay, so you're advancing as well. Stu, what do you do?
So I imagine Doc would be out one of the socialite party tents that are like off to one of the sides of the stage, as he's always trying to hobnob with the well-to-dos so he can get ins within the society. So
Well, you gotta get in
Doc-
good with the patriarchs.
yeah, you gotta make those contacts to make that money. So Doc thinks this is just all sort of one sort of elaborate show to put on for the masses, to gin up whatever support for the ruling class. And he's like, just thinks of it as just one big show that's being going on, and he's like pointing and he's having his drink and he's like, just look, talking to the crowd that he's around, like, this is all just part of the show. I mean, look at him, that can't be real, it's all just trying to gin up support. It's all good, it's all part of the show. Just bravo.
The hooded figure's hood falls back. How many of you are native to the city?
I am.
What are your
I don't
ages?
think I am.
50.
Doc is in his 40s. He's not a young man, but he's not an old man.
All right, neither of you recognize him, but he looks a bit menacing, for sure. There's something unhinged about the man. He's lithe, but bordering on gaunt, and there is something, you feel it in your gut when you look at him. He is just sick. He swings, and he misses.
Can you tell what kind of creature or humanoid type it is?
I was actually just gonna ask if I could do an Arcana check.
I was just gonna ask if we could see like what race he was.
Yeah.
I will give you that no checks needed. It's just a man. As far as any of you can tell, he's just a man with
Just a human,
something to fight about. Do you want to roll
Just
an
a sick
Arcana?
man.
Well, specifically, I'm looking for any sigils or markings on him. Specifically any to one deity.
Also, since I'm like
All right, go
probably
ahead
a
and
little bit
go ahead and
closer
roll
in
for
the,
me for that.
in the side wings, how far would I technically be from all of this?
God damn it.
Well, he finds that you're actually
Oh,
up pretty
great.
close. I would say that you are fairly nearby. There's maybe a solid 50 feet between you and the corner of the stage. You are in with the well-to-dos. You are drinking your fair share. You are well known, and though you may not be a household name like Abdul Adrian, you are simply and certainly beloved by those who know you.
Using daddy's money to its prime. Love it. We love it.
Christ.
But I will say that, like, when you're at a music festival, you know how they have you, like, kind of boothed in with the pop-ups and everything? We're gonna assume there's something similar here that separates you from the general populace.
Oh, he's in the VIP section.
Uh-huh, he's in the VIPs. He's got his own cute little nifty tent. He's got tables, open bar.
Got the
He's
nice
set
bathrooms.
Yeah,
What'd
like
you roll?
the Coachella tents.
Well, also, Would my advantage on checks with Baldur's Gate and public figures count for this, or just a single roll?
I would say so.
Okay. 22.
So
You recognize him immediately. This is V. Kang, the last of the Bhaal spawn. And knowing your history of monsters, you know that Abdul Adrian is also a Bhaal spawn. Or at least that's what people say in rumors. But you should know better, and you do. There's 120 feet between you and Adrian. What do you do? V-Kang connects. Adrian is bleeding clearly
Oh, God.
at this point.
Great.
Something you never thought that you would see.
120 feet.
I'm trying to think. How close would I have gotten by this point?
You moved up a little bit. You said you were pretty in the middle. You were kind of checking out what's
Yeah.
going on. I would say there's 75 feet between you and
75
the
feet?
corner of the stage. So I would say you're a solid 85 feet from either V Kang or Abdul Adrian, because you said you were kind of keeping it towards the middle.
I still want to see if I can try and pull out that hand crossbow and net arrow him to the stage, just to get him to stop.
Okay. Go ahead and
That would be
roll a d10 for me.
that's a 5.
No, I'm gonna say you try to get that hand crossbow out, and you're still just. There are so many people between the watch and the fist, and make a perception check for me. All of you.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's a 12.
18.
Perception. That is a 14 from me. Oh no, wait, hold on. That says persuasion. That is a 12 from me.
One of the P
I
word,
promise
you
I
know?
can read. I promise I can read.
I got 16.
You got 16. So you and Vincent, you both notice at this point other hooded figures throughout the crowd shoving people back in your direction. Think of it like the world's worst mosh pit. You're just getting shoved on as if you are getting smacked into a barricade. There are so many people, and it's only getting worse, and nobody is running. Why is nobody running?
I think at this point, Doc kind of, oh, those must be blood packets. Oh, no, wait a second.
Oh.
And he's like noticing the other movements of the hooded figures, and that kind of sets off like an alarm bell. So I'm going to stay like in my position, kind of, and I'm gonna warn the other socialites. Take cover behind the tables. This is probably not gonna go well if they come in this direction.
And as you sway them in any other direction, Adrian drops.
Oh.
V Kang is standing on the stage. I give you 1 round to make a move. Any move.
I
So-
cast
Would you
Eldritch
like
Blast.
to do?
I cast Eldritch
So-
Blast.
This is a bit of a retcon, but I was going to try to use as much movement as I could have, before, like after that last hit connected, to try to dash as fast as I can up to try to get to the stage.
Let's say you're dashing then.
So,
Let's say you're closing the gap actively. Lauren, you
Yeah.
said that you cast Eldritch Blast.
I would like to
Vincent,
cast Eldritch Blast.
why don't you describe to me what Stu is seeing? Who is he seeing break through this crowd?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, you're the one running through the crowd.
you see someone who looks. You're not sure of what species he is or what race he is. You can't really tell. Some of his features are rather orcish, but some are very elfin. There's some almost human. You're really not sure. His skin is, even though because those features, his skin looks like he might still be a human. Longer hair, clad in a like light leather armor. It's very dark. Very clearly parts of it are covered and hidden underneath a cloak to not so much to say hidden, but it looks like he's trying to hide parts of that, his clothing itself. But of average build, just, looks like a regular, just another adventurer. If you saw him in any tavern, you wouldn't really think too much about it.
You kind of wouldn't pass any notice, yeah.
Yeah, more unassuming. The thing you can point out is you're not sure if he's some kind of human or orc or elven hybrid of some
Something
kind.
in
You're not
between.
sure.
Okay.
But you just see them dashing through the crowd as quickly as possible, trying to dart through everyone he can.
And I'm gonna be
And-
honest,
and I-
you mostly see cape and hair.
And I imagine, due to how he's moving versus how the other hooded, I would kind of notice that he's probably not with them.
His hood is much nicer. That you notice immediately.
The others
So
look
it's
like
ni-
the others are kind of like cultists or schleps.
They're like potato sack hoods. They are very clean. Somebody should have marked these guys for being sus from the get-go. Lauren,
It's
go ahead and make that roll on an Eldritch Blast for me.
All right. Let me see if I can. So it's just let's see. I'm pulling up my D. It's spell attack bonus, right?
Correct.
Kind of reminding myself. I know how to do this. All right. I promise. You know, what? Just for fun, we'll roll the big one right now. All right.
Yay!
Okay, that is an 18 to hit.
It connects. Roll damage for me.
Yay!
And audience,
Um,
I'm gonna drop a picture in my streaming program here so that you can see what's
Let me
going
just
on.
Trying to remember how much this does.
I'm gonna try to make it little. I swear it might take up the whole screen. Hang on.
Oh, I see the pictures. Let's see. Oh, 1d10.
Ah, he
There
doesn't. There we go.
we go. That is it's a 9 on a d10. Would I
Okay.
add anything to that, or is it just flat 9?
You added your spell attack bonus.
Well, no, this is the damage.
Oh, to your,
so then
sorry, to
I
your
add
damage roll. No, I believe that's a flat roll.
just a
Oh,
flat
no,
roll.
where was that image again?
you won't see it.
Oh,
Aww. I know, I was like, where is it?
yeah. I was like, I want to see cool stuff.
So do you think I could describe how this looks?
Not very rich as many people here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So like as I said earlier, she had been doing a cool little fun trick for a kid she was talking to, and then she stepped away to be like, hold on. And so as she's walking a little closer to the stage, I like to think she does a little flip with a top hat, places it on her head, reaches inside her pocket and pulls out a black and white wand and throws an Eldritch Blast right at the assailant.
Now, all of you see this. Ain't nobody in this crowd that didn't see this. As you are all watching, you watch someone like you've never seen before. Well, actually, someone like two of you have seen before. Concerned Baldurian citizen whips out a one that you definitely all thought was fake until now, and just absolutely rips one at Vikang. And as he does, you start to hear ripping and tearing and peeling of flesh as the entire crowd screams and begins running against you. You are running against the current to get to this stage. Let me drop an image in the chat. Go ahead and check that out. Something unholy, something ungodly rips itself free from the skin of Vikang. Your missile connected, and it's almost like his skin freed it. Your missile has unleashed something awful. Now, Vincent, you know exactly what this thing is. Would you like me to tell them, or would you like to?
I'll leave that to you, Master DM.
Okay.
Master Dungeon Master.
Oh no, what did I do?
So this bone crackling, flesh tearing, just absolute transformation releases something like you've never seen before. A hulking, blood-soaked corpse of a figure. Claws, spines on two stalking legs with four hunched over arms, clawing at the citizens and screeching.
As soon as Vikang turns and becomes the do I say it for the rest of the party? Well, yeah. So as soon as he turns into the Slayer,
He is turned into the Bhaal spawn Slayer.
The what?
Oh.
Sorry, huh?
Bhal. Okay.
Yes, Bhaal spawned as
Yep,
most
other
human
Bhaal.
beings are.
Okay.
Not the round type. The, death-dealing, pointy demon type.
Yes. Okay. I had to take a moment to spell.
As soon as
Bhaal.
I realize what's happened, a million thoughts are rushing through my head, and I am just going to grab onto the fact that there are innocent people here, and I am, despite my history and my training and my knowledge, I am not equipped to handle that, and I am going to start trying to rally to get people out of the way and out of the city, out of the wide, and just get anyone and everyone I can to safety, because that is the way I can be most effective in the city, just to get everyone out that I can.
Okay, you're getting people out. What are the rest
Yeah,
of the three of you do?
That's not natural. I feel like, instead of trying to push my way through people, I am now backing out and running with the people to get away from the stage.
Okay. You are
Question
running
for the
with
DM.
the current. Yes.
Is Mage Hand, is it it's like a visible hand, right?
It's spectral, yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's like enough that people can see it, right?
correct. Are you about to
All right.
theme
So
park
I
them
would like
out
to.
of the
Yes, you know exactly. I was literally gonna say I would like to make. I would like to cast Mage Hand, right? And I want to put it up in the air where everyone can see, and I want it to direct like this way, people. Please exit in an orderly fashion.
Remember, 2 fingers.
2 fingers.
No,
Yeah,
this isn't Mage Hand. This is now called Waltz Fingers.
Nope, not that. Not that at all.
Crazy.
That did not sound right.
Okay. Stu.
Doc at this point is like, if that thing kills people, they can't buy my wares. They can't buy my wares. I can't afford new stuff. This can't be allowed to stand. Doc's motive
Okay.
is purely one out of commerce and capitalism, more so the actual safety of the people. So Doc is gonna fling. He's gonna move. Start corralling the socialites that he's with to to get them moving off and start going towards like the nearest exit. And, he's gonna launch. He's gonna launch a firebolt at the creature.
All right, roll for it.
All right, where do we go here? Come on, no whammy, stop. All right, that is a 24.
That hits.
All right, so you see this glowing glove that Doc has, and it, in the center there's like a it looks like almost like a glass crystal almost, and you just see this red emanating light go shooting out towards the beast, and it does. Firebolt's 1d10. Yeah, here we go.
Yes.
That'll be 10 points damage.
Perfect. The Slayer turns on its hulking haunches,
Yeah.
directly looking at you. Full-blown, bloody creature, head swivel. Oh, you just fucked up, buddy. Are the rest of you still guiding people?
In my guiding of people, I'm going to, have I seen any of the Watch or the Flaming Fist, either of those 2 groups?
Yes,
Anything?
the
am
Watch
the
seem to
Flaming Fist.
have barricaded themselves, positioned themselves, if you will, in front of the more prominent buildings in the area, the High Hall of Wonders, some of their more favored shops. They're protecting the wealthy. The Flaming Fist, on the other hand, at this point, have stepped in, and you are hearing the sounds of fighting. They are just doing their best here.
Have any of them gotten up to this end?
Some of them are attacking with ranged spells. A few of them are firing bolts. A couple of them are within range, but all of them are doing something. They are the Flaming Fist, and they will be damned if they let this thing harm their people.
We are the Flaming Fist.
Okay.
Alright, I think he's seeing the little raging fireball that hit this ball spawn. Emery's gonna stop and just kind of turn and defeated sigh, didn't want to get involved, but is now going to turn back around. Once again, attempt to pull out her hand crossbow to shoot this thing in the face.
You find that
You can do
much easier now. Everyone has kind of started to vacate the area. You have much more freedom of movement. Now, why don't you describe for everyone else in the room who they see in this clearing pulling up this hand crossbow to take their shot?
So the first thing that you would see is this wisp of stark white hair flip around. The long braid kinda falls over the shoulder of this, I would say, fairly mid-average height drow. He is wearing dusty armor that looks like it has been very lovingly worn. And out from her side, she pulls out this also very worn crossbow. And with one eye open and one eye closed, she's gonna start to point and shoot. I was just like, ugh, point and shoot towards this ball spawn.
Okay.
You don't really notice anything else about her yet.
Roll to attack.
That's a 9.
It does not connect. You absolutely just wide left.
Oops.
You hear it thunk into a set of shutters halfway up the road, just arrow in wood. Just
How far am I from this thing now?
now you're closing the distance. You're about 20 feet.
Okay. Oh shit.
But
Are there
Stu
still
has
plenty
its
of
attention.
people- Are there plenty of people still in the wide? Or
They are, but they're
people starting-
all headed towards Basilisk Gate. They have
Awesome.
all turned the other direction. Anyone who is not fighting this thing has run. With the
Okay.
exception of a few people in the VIP section who are just cowering and whimpering and generally like peeking their eyes above table to see what's going on.
Are any of them
give me a
entertained right now?
Second here. 'Cause I need to find a sheet of mine.
There's gotta be someone placing bets right now. Like in
No,
the
they're
phone.
too afraid to be entertained. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That I just thought it's you know some people like to place bets in a situation like this. Like
There's one of two things I'm going to do, and I'm just trying to find. I forgot to have another page pulled open, so give me a moment here.
Okay. While you do that, Stu, why don't you tell us what you're doing? Oh, he's saying words and I can't even hear him.
oh,
Muted?
Sorry,
Muted?
There you go.
I was
Yo!
I thought he was over there just miming shit. Just
I fat thumbed it. You know, this technology thing. You know, I imagine that Doc would have used his full movement, ushering the people out to kind of put some distance between him and the creature, and kind of you know, as he's going, continuing to, you know, keep these people out of as away from this creature as possible. I guess I should describe what Doc looks like to the rest of the people.
yes. As you do, though, Vincent, because you haven't revealed your character's name yet, the Slayer closes the distance with you and takes slashes. What's your armor class?
17.
A singular hit. Take 4 damage.
Oof. Okay. Well, since I have my blade drawn, I am going to retaliate and strike back at it.
Okay.
So nat 20.
That hits.
Hey!
Double damage die, right?
Double damage die.
All right. Yes. That's 8. 12. No, 14.
14.
Yep.
Okay. You can see he's hurting. Like,
And it is magical damage.
you made this thing bleed.
I have an idea.
I'm gonna pause you there. Stu, tell me what you're doing and who they see.
So Doc is this. He's 6 foot tall. He's kind of lanky. Not quite super well built, but he looks toned and athletic. To a degree. For an older guy, bald, goatee, much like what you see on the screen. Playing it close to the vest. Why not? And he's wearing like this very nice. It looks almost like a medieval tracksuit, if you will. Think of like a medieval Adidas jumpsuit, a speed suit, if you will. It just gets
He's wearing ye olden 3 stripes.
That's right. And a very ornate.
Only 3 marks.
Yes.
Because copyrights, right? And he's wearing this like kind of ornate, chest piece, like it's like a bronzish kind of, bronzish color with like silver striping. And he's got these gloves on that have these crystals in them.
Oh, you're a crystal boy. Gotcha.
And yeah,
Ran
so
right over that.
And what does this crystal mean?
It means he's an asshole.
well, par for the course.
Hey man, all crystals will protect you if you throw them hard enough.
It's true. I will allow it.
A chakra claymore.
Chakra claymore.
Realign your ass real fast.
Wait. Can you realign my spine real quick? Let me just...
But yeah, he's Doc's gonna continue ushering and kind of get them in a little bit, like try to find some flaming fist that he can kind of usher them to, and then continue moving distance to that outer edge and dump another firebolt.
Gonna dump another firebolt? Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Be a 17.
Hits. Roll for damage.
Again, you kind of see on the other hand another like glowing red, orb just shoot out and just kind of lob it. It's not as a straight shot as like more of like a an alley-oop kind of just arc over there.
Just lobbing it.
Just lobbing it. And for that, this one only does about 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Still a bit toasty,
Little roasty toasty. He's singed. Now, some of the blood is definitely scab, but not the productive kind. Just a kind that makes him look grosser somehow. But he is
even more
limping. He's got 2 of his arms are kind of pulled into his body, almost protecting him, while the other 2 are still kind of trying to look menacing. You notice one of his creature feet is just starting to collapse at the ankle.
He's deconstructing himself.
A little bit. Well, you're deconstructing him.
Can I do a thing?
Absolutely.
Constructed Slayer.
I would like to cast Puppet on this thing.
Okay.
So they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
And it has no effect if this thing is immune to charm.
Okay. It is not. Go ahead.
Okay, cool, great.
That's the first step.
It was a con throw of what? 17?
No, it's a Constitution saving throw.
What does it have to be?
Yeah,
a 14.
Okay.
Okay, he does beat it, so he's gonna take half damage. Or no, it doesn't, do damage. You just can't
It doesn't do
because you're
damage,
just
so I can't
controlling
do
him.
it.
My
Dang.
brain. Sorry about that.
I can't do. That's okay. There goes my one spell.
Aw.
I mean, it was a cool idea.
It's okay. It'll come back tomorrow.
No.
Megan,
Or
what
no, if
do
I take
you
like a-
do?
I'm going to try and shoot it with my hand crossbow again.
Okay,
Remember,
roll
laces
to
out.
attack.
I'm like, hopefully I don't miss this time. Oh, okay, that's a 15.
Okay.
It does not hit, but just barely. Just barely. Arrows are
Dang it.
flying, but they are not connecting.
No. That's my thing. Okay.
His turn, Vincent.
Well,
You
you're getting
are
closer.
still in range. Remind me your
Yeah.
armor class again.
17.
Only one hits. 1 point of
Oh
damage.
god.
Huh?
1 point of damage.
1 point. Okay. Okay. So after taking those 2 hits, the first hit, I had my sword at the ready and quickly just went for a slash across his chest, and he clearly took a deep wound with that one. But it just decides to hit me back hard between that and that. So I am reeling from it, but I am going to, after that hit, try to come back up and stab upwards at it.
Alright. Roll to attack.
22.
Hits.
With a 8 damage.
8 damage. This thing is limping. It just reels back and it's all arms curling up, just shrieking. It is lashing out at anything and everything. It is taking shots at Flaming Fist. It is reeling.
Can I try to, not try to deal damage with it, but can I just try to shove this thing to get some distance between me and hit, even if it's just a few feet?
Sure, go ahead and roll strength for me.
Strength or athletics? Well, actually, it's the same.
It's-
for me,
it's the
doesn't
same
matter.
for you.
It's the same. 16?
Yeah, you are able to this because this thing is just hurting at this point. I mean, it is hulking monstrosity. Like, it is towering over you, or at least it was towering over you. It is now so hurt that you shove at this thing, and even though you're narrow, you are just stacked muscular. So you shove him back. You've got about 5 feet of distance between you now.
Awesome. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. For my turn.
All right, 2.
At this point, can I assess if the people that are with lead are they look like they would be pretty well taken care of? By
Yeah, anyone who was going to leave has left at this point. Others are still cowering. You don't think that you're gonna get them to leave their tables. They are just dug in there like a tick.
Okay, so I'm probably at this point about 90 feet away. So I'm gonna start making my way back towards. I'm gonna kind of do like a zigzag, kind of like juking and jiving through like the tables that have been strewn over, and I find a table that's like knocked over and kind of take like a crouched position behind it, and I'm going to do another firebolt and kind of just do a push off into it.
All right, roll for attack.
That one is a
Hits. Roll for damage.
No whammy, stop. That one will be 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. This thing is on its last legs. At this point, it is knocked prone by your blast. It is on the ground, like anything stuck on its back in pain would be. It's not that he physically can't get up due to his build. He is down and clawing at whatever is within arm's reach, which at this point is not many things. You are all keeping a pretty good distance, and the Flaming Fist are mostly letting you handle this. You seem pretty capable in their eyes. The Watcher still, well, doing what the Watch does, and they're just like, good show, you got this.
And they're like,
Lauren,
yeah, I don't get paid enough for this. Yee.
what would you like to do?
They do,
You know,
they do get paid enough.
I
for this.
started this out strong. Let's finish it off strong. I'm gonna
Alright.
throw in another Eldritch Blast.
Roll for attack.
Do it.
That's a natural 1.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh,
natural
you try to
one.
Eldritch Blast and it just kind of back in your face. It just kind of explodes in the palm of your hand. You're not entirely sure what happened there, but you're a little stunned. You're a little dazed at the moment.
I like to think, yeah, no, I like to think she like pulled out her wand, got aim ready, kind of similar to how this one pulled out the crossbow, but this time with like a black and white wand. Aim, like, you know, squint one eye.
And the
She's
tip
being
of your wand
just a little fizzle, like, and it's just like a puff
Yeah,
of
it's-
smoke. And then she like looks back at, like, kind of how like looks back at it, like
never look
bangs
down
it against
barrel
the
of a
hand.
gun.
This isn't
So-
a gun. This is a
so-
wand. There's a
Even
difference.
worse.
It is a
Looks
loaded
down the
weapon,
barrel,
and
yes. Looks-
you whiffed it.
Smacks it a bit of it.
The moment.
And-
Picture
yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Look at
right.
that little bit of ASMR right there.
Some flowers pop out.
Wouldn't that be unfortunate? You'd be eating them. Megan, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do my head crossbow again.
All right. Roll for attack.
Okay. That's a 19.
Hey, you hit! Hang on, let me get you a
Finally.
fanfare. It's in here somewhere. Huzzah!
Finally. Alright.
Huzzah.
Roll for damage for me.
That's 6. 1d6.
That's a
That's a
six.
6.
All right, with that, it's at this point, you have a ball of beast on the ground. He is just defending at this point, Vincent, because you are the closest. I'm going to ask you for the first time in this entire campaign, how would you like to kill this son of a bitch?
So since it's about 5 feet from me, I'm going to dart and close that gap, sword at the ready, and just right up underneath the chin, right underneath the jaw, and try to go straight through it and through it, not just its brain, but right out the top of its skull.
And as you rush up, taking your sword in hand up under the jaw of the Slayer, you just hear a of sword cutting through the meat of this creature and just right at the top of his head.
A Slayer kebab.
Slayer kebab.
Yo, is this thing edible? We could bring it to the nearest tavern.
Do not
Yeah.
eat the magical beast.
That does not sound like a
Do
good
not
idea.
eat the
There's no
magical
sauce
beast.
that'll make that tasty.
Or ranch
As
toast good or anything fried,
things-
but like you will get sick.
As
Even Arby's sauce.
things
You will be punished in the course of it.
begin to
Uh-oh.
calm down, you are approached. All of you gathered, moreover, locked by the arms, by soldiers in large silver armor with glorious blue pauldrons and the symbol of a shield emblazoned with a flaming fist. As another group of mercenaries just kind of goes, oh, good, someone had to do that. They shouldn't have weapons here. I don't know what they're doing. And you are all pulled in to the area where the Slayer's corpse now lays.
Doc is like, whoa, hey.
Wait,
well,
wait. Am I getting arrested right now?
Well, hey, I'm just, just here trying to enjoy things and get some contracts, but, I ain't done nothing. Where's my dad?
And
Do you know who my father is?
He owns a dealership.
How do we hear about this?
they let you go. As you are all standing around this corpse, as my music loads and you can't hear it. Love that. Rendering.
Love that.
Rendering.
So
It's fine.
For
It's fine.
clarification,
It's
they took us by the
fine.
arms and then dragged us to closer to the corpse.
They dragged you closer to the corpse. Yes.
I was kind of already on
Gross.
top of it. I don't want to be closer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. My character's just like she's like, whoa, hey, you don't need to jostle me. This is a new shirt, you know. I just ironed it today.
Yeah, enough of the
Maybe
rough play,
maybe
you
be a
know?
little nicer.
As you are
And
all bemoaning the state in which you have been brought over, a man walks up to you. Go ahead and roll perception, all of you.
ooh,
That's a natural one.
that's a 19 from me.
I got a 16.
18.
Okay, fitting. The three native Baldurians notice that they are being approached. Now, Lauren, you would know this less so than others, but
Okay.
he looks important. Now, the other two of you are like, "Oh, this person is wearing really fine clothing. Like they definitely live up here." And he is just approaching you as if he's going to say something. What order are you standing in around this corpse, left to right?
I guess I'll take center stage.
Then Vincent,
Uh,
as he walks up, he almost looks like he's going to say something. Can he reach out and he grabs your hand and he just kind of pats it and he nods. And then just kind of excuses himself. You look down. You find a note in your hand. You can feel the parchment in your fingertips. Would you like to read it or would you like to put it away? All eyes are on you.
I'm gonna glance over it quickly, see if it's of anything important first, to see if it's something like it. Is this something I should be reading in right now, or is
You
like, is that
see
kinda like
my master, you see Abdul Adrian, you see Baldur's Gate, festering rot, 3 kegs, and that's all you notice
So-
at a quick like.
so? I'll that's enough for me to stop and like, okay, I'm gonna look at this and pay attention and read it.
The note says, "My name is Imberlin Skoond. My master bids me to discover who took Abdul Adrian's life. If you wish to save Baldur's Gate from the rot festering inside of it, meet me at the 3 old kegs. I will be there until 4 bells."
Gonna look around everyone else.
I snarkily say to Vince's character, you know, sometimes they normally just would say thanks and give us some money for saving things, but they gave you just a piece of paper. That's
Yeah, and Lauren,
Man.
you would have noticed the piece of paper. Megan, you would
Mm.
not have noticed the piece of paper. I'm so sorry. You're just like, God, that guy was really
Yeah.
weird, wasn't he?
and
I was like, whoa, what
I,
a strange town this is.
I snarkily say, man, they're getting pretty cheap around here. This isn't you know, this isn't. And Doc's just bemoaning, like, not getting any sort of recognition or payment for services.
Recognizing Lauren's character now that I'm up close.
Oh, you
Um,
recognize me.
Yes.
He does.
Yeah.
And you recognize him. Is he one of your regulars at the keep? Is he? God, he looks so
Ooh.
familiar. No! I know you. You're the town drunk.
Ah,
So, um, but recognizing Lauren's character, and have I put together who Stu is based on what he's been using?
I would say that you know who made his gloves, but I don't know that you've put together that he's the one that made them yet.
Okay. Well, regardless, I'm going to look at everyone around and like, okay. Well,
Yeah, there's a small imprint of a small circular fruit. It almost looks like an orange on the glove.
Question. Since Vincent's character has opened the letter, is there any way I can like glance over?
oh, I've gladly holding it out for anyone who's looking to grab at it.
Okay, so Zipporah like scans down, reads the letter like again over and over, and then she just simply says, "Hey, a tavern. That's kind of like your place, isn't it?" and and she just kind of like innocently smiles.
Doc just like raises an eyebrow and kind of awkwardly smiles, like, well, I could use a drink after these festivities, and kind of looking at the burning, rotting corpse of the Slayer there. Yeah, after today I need a drink or 6.
As all of you are
Yeah.
Can I kick the
bemoaning the
corpse?
lack
So-
of alcohol in this circle, and the lack of alcohol seemingly that you think should be faunting from the corpse of the Slayer to celebrate your flawless victory, a man walks up. Now, you've all rolled just kind of a general perception. Megan, you don't know who this man is. You have no friggin' clue. Lauren,
And that's why I'm staying silent.
you're like, I've seen this guy. I don't really know who he is. You two, sorry, I'm gesturing on the screen for everybody that's
Yeah, I
watching
was
because you're
like-
to this side of me. You two
Which
recognize
two?
him
you and I.
immediately before he even speaks, though as you go to kind of like, oh, this is unexpected, he goes, greetings! I am Older Ravengard, commander of Worm's Rock, and, well, I suppose as of right now, Marshal of the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company. He kind of thinks about that for a second. He kind of hems and haws on it, and he's doing this business with his hands, where he's clearly coming to actual grips with the situation. Duke Adrian had been our marshal. The watch was responsible for his safety here and should have protected him. He looks at all the watch, who are now starting to skitter away into their various corners, act like they're helping the stalls, and like they've generally been good people this whole time. Watch was responsible for his safety and should have protected him. We are indebted to you. Please, meet me at Worm's Rock where we can have a proper introduction. You could be of great service to our city. I hope you do not disapprove my good appraisal of you. You'll find I can be a valuable friend. As Raisengard walks away,
Raisengard.
does Raisengard.
Raisengard.
As
Coming to your shelf
Ravengard
Taking the
I'm,
homage to Raisin
I'm
Guard.
picturing the oldest version of Older Ravengard we've ever
I'm
seen.
I'm
And it's
picturing. I was picturing.
horrifying.
No, I'm picturing like Raisin Bran, but replace the sun with Older Ravengard.
You know,
And
I really
he's got
thought we'd get more
two
than one
little-
episode deep before I made a blunder that bad.
He's just a giant prune wearing armor and boots.
Oh my god, I'd buy that. I'd buy that cereal. I'd buy
I
it
want that
just
on
for
a
the joke.
shirt. I want that on a shirt.
Older Raisengard.
As Ravengard walks away, a dozen hard-bitten, plainclothes figures melt away from their positions, shadowing the marshal, their eyes prowling the crowd, the stalls, and the eaves. And the first thing you feel everyone around you think is, the motherfuckers. They were not helpful.
Nope. Nope.
I give Vince's character a nudge. Flaming fists, am I right?
You just see the full body eye roll. Just,
So, how about we get those drinks? Cause ain't gonna drink them themselves, you know.
Imre-
I'm looking around, seeing if there's anyone else looking to come up to us after this.
You look around and just people
Okay.
milling, little looky-loos, just kind of like trying to suss out what it was to make themselves feel better. It's like when you check under your bed, even though you know there's nothing there, it just kind of makes you feel a little bit better that there is nothing. They're just kind of like kicking it to make sure it's dead.
And then, my frontal lobe took a smoke break. Did Ravengard give us a time frame of when to meet him by?
Oh no, he just said pop by whenever.
Yeah,
He would
pop
love
by
to make a
whenever. Pop
formal
by whenever.
introduction.
Yeah, my frontal lobe took a smoke break.
I
kind
love
of reset
that.
my brain.
Raisin guard.
Raisin guard.
He's about to
That-
raise.
Okay.
That's now canon.
Do you think?
well.
Do you think Older also owns Raisin Canes?
Ah.
He does now.
He does now.
No. It's Raven Canes.
Raven Canes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Instead of a dog, it's
all
a
the
raven.
chicken tenders are shaped like little
Raven
wings.
Nuggets.
Instead of dino buddies.
Raven.
What,
Raven tenders. Everyone's
Oh, no.
raving about them.
You seemed like you were gonna say something.
Oh, you know what? I can't remember now.
All right.
You're good.
So I'm just gonna look around at all of you, the three of you, and just, well, I don't suppose any of you know what this thing is, do you?
A hot
I-
mess.
I imagine Doc would with his arcana and history would kind of figure out what it is.
Okay.
For the
Imre-
creature.
You
Imre
know
is gonna
that
kinda
this
cock her
is
head.
a hell spawned creature.
Yeah.
I
So
point
Imre's gonna.
Lauren- I'm sorry,
kinda-
you first.
Hi.
It's okay. I was gonna say Emery's gonna kind of cock her head, and she like thinking about the watch and the flaming fist. She's like, "Is this normal occurrence in this city, for the guards to not?"
No.
Well, it's Baldur's Gate, you know. Depending on the day, it really depends on how much the guard actually wants to do anything. They are about as dependable as, I don't know, a Motron. About as dependable as a Motron.
Interesting. Well, if I knew what
So-
that was.
A Modron is a motionless robot. They just go around and do nothing.
Anyway.
Huh.
And I'm going to point at Lauren, Lauren's character. Now, I know I don't know you, but I have seen you plenty. And I point at Sue's character, and I know who made those. But I don't know who you are. And I don't know who you are. I'm pointing at Megan. But this is not a good fucking sign.
You know, usually never is around here. If it's not something coming out of the ocean or pirates or uprisings, demons
You're
coming
not-
out of the ground. Who knows?
You're not
It's
wrong.
just another day in
There's-
the gate.
There's something always happening here in the Sword Coast and the Greater Realm. But if you want, I'm gonna go meet this guy. And
Well, if
any of
there's
you are
money
welcome to come
involved-
with me.
I'm pretty much there.
I can assure you there's not gonna be any money. Probably not gonna be a thank you.
Well, we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll make contacts along the way, and that'll mean business later on.
All right.
If it saves the people from whatever this is, then I agree we need to talk to this man.
Yeah. The people, they'll be saved, and they'll be able to buy stuff. It'll be great.
All right. Do you all go together?
Yeah. I'll go.
So,
All right.
I guess for formal introductions now, or should we wait till we reach 3 kegs?
I would say
What?
let's just wait till the 3 kegs.
All right. I'll lead the way.
Are you?
As
And,
Vincent leads the way out of the wide, even though all of you were looking around for other people, a bearded young man wearing a deep hood, Vincent, catches your eye, and he beckons you to step near. What do you do?
I'm going to cautiously approach after everything so far. I'm going to very cautiously approach, but there's a lot happening, and I know what that fucking thing is, and so I'm just going to start, like, I'm going to have to get every little piece of information I can.
As you
So.
get closer, he kind of closes the distance, not in a harmful way, but in a way that he's eager to get to you. And he just quickly, you're newcomers here, so you don't know the situation. Don't trust either of those men who spoke to you. If you want to know what is really happening at Baldur's Gate, meet me at the gateway to Little Calamshan at dusk. And he just turns and rolls back into the crowd as quickly as you noticed him.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry. Did we all hear that, or was it just
Just Vincent.
Vince's character?
I am just going to signal to them of just
keep
kind of
moving.
ignore that. But yeah, keep moving and ignore that. And I'll tell you
Alright.
later.
As you walk down through the city, out of the wide, and on your way to the 3 old kegs, you pass through the Basilisk Gate, and they nod to you gratefully. I mean, if that thing was unleashed on the city, they wouldn't have jobs. They wouldn't be able to collect tolls. So they let you on through, back into the lower city. And as you make your way through, past the various shops, down through the steeps, to the central wall, and to the doors of the old keg, almost every person you pass, you actually kind of have a hard time getting there. They're just, oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh, heroes, absolute heroes. Heroes of Baldur's Gate. Heroes. Oh my god. Just, it kind of takes you forever to get there. Some people are trying to offer you their services. Some people are trying to offer you weapons. Like, it is overwhelming.
And I
on the
use my
way-
Sorry,
Sorry.
you first.
On the way there, like to one of the random people who are like, "Oh, heroes! Can I use prestidigitation to make a flower appear and hand it to them?"
Sure. So you're walking by and somebody goes, oh, thank you, you beautiful woman. Thank you, my hero. Thank you. The city would not be safe without you. And you just, a little flower and just kind of gently
Keep
send
walking.
it into their hands. And she kind of lets out this like, oh my god, like fangirl scream. People are fawning over the flower, and they just think you're wonderful. And you hear someone scream, "What's your name?"
And she stops, lets them continue the rest continue walking. Stops, pivots, Put the hand on the hat. They call me Sephora the Magnificent. Don't forget it now.
And they all like full blown Hercules fangirl screaming over themselves, like climbing to get this flower.
After a few minutes of this, though, can I use my knowledge of the city and all of its back alleys and back routes and back channels to get to Three Kegs faster?
Oh, sure, yeah. We'll say you guys get down through the Basilisk Gate, and it is just such a slog at this point, and Zipporah the Magnificent, just in front of the gate, tips her hat to these people, and just the crowds are massive at this point, because people just like ran down here and then became looky-loos. They're like, oh, we're past the gate, so we're safe now. We can see what's happening, right? You guys make a hard right through an alley, and it just kind of loops you all the way around the top of the steeps and drops you out right in the middle of the Lower City Central Wall Marketplace. And you just kind of quickly walk through the center of the marketplace. There's a beautiful fountain, gorgeous buildings of stained glass. Ramesses Tower towers its namesake overhead, glimmering in the sun. And as you cross through, you arrive at the Three Old Kegs.
Well, no time like the present.
Right. On that note, Sephora is going to, and especially since Vincent's character was the first to say like we should do some introductions. The moment they like get settled, Sephora gives up one of those very hearty and starts violently shaking your hand as she goes, pleasure to meet you. I'm Zipporah. You can call me Zippy, Zippy, Zippity Doodah. Lots of names, lots of nicknames. Feel free to make one your favorite.
We'll just stick with Zipporah.
But my stage name is Zipporah the Magnificent. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Oh, well, aren't you
Pleasure is
flashy?
definitely
That's
yours.
Oh, flashy's my game. Check this out. You want to pick a card, any card. And she
Ray's
flashes a
just
deck.
like,
at you.
what is going on? She's never met anyone like Zipporah before. What is this?
Imre's just over here like, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, mole.
What is going on here? What did I end up in?
Yeah, let's go grab a table in the back, and we can do formal introductions and have some merriment between ourselves.
Before we do that, I have a feeling that whoever we're here to meet will want to see us as soon as we walk through that door. So, you are, pointing at Stu's character.
Oh, my name is Doc. I'm well, my family's kind of well known in these parts, and I've kind of fallen into the, you know how it is, family business. It's
I know your court quite well. I assumed that you had just bought those, not that you were the maker of those. Pointing and gesturing at his gauntlets.
Oh yeah, you like these? Yeah, these these are kind of one of our specialty items that we made over the years. They're great little focus tools of focus, if you will.
Uh-huh. Yep. And pointing at Megan's character. And you?
Imre. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
I will say, are we standing relatively close together?
Yeah, you're all just kind of loitering on the patio of the Three Kegs at this point. There's a few steps that lead up into the kind of patio entryway of the bar.
Okay. Then I'm going to add that now that you can see her fully, you notice that her left eye is pink, her right eye is red, and she has this like 1 inch pink thick tattoo that runs from her bottom lip to just underneath.
I realize I haven't described how I look. I think I'm the only one who hasn't done that.
Please do so.
Yeah. You,
What do they
Alright.
see?
So in front of you, you see a 6'3" figure. She's got brown skin with little bits of blue here and there. Could it be makeup? Could it be skin? Some parts it is, some parts it isn't. Her hair is tied back into a ponytail, and the tips go from a very dark brown to a very touching sky blue. And there almost seems to be a breeze that blows through her hair every time she's standing still.
I will drop your pictures in the chat for each other.
And currently, she's not dressed like she's ready to perform. It seems like she's wearing a more casual version of it. So just like a simple unbuttoned white shirt, some black pants, and she's got the hat, the wand, and she looks like she's going to a 6-year-old's birthday party.
All right, there you go. Now you can all see each other. And for those of you watching, the pictures you've seen scrolling just under Stu and Lauren is everyone's characters.
Man, we look so cool.
All right.
I
Oh,
love
they're all
us.
loading. I can't see any of them.
Oh, I love us.
Oh, there's more.
I love us. I may have made one for myself too that the chat's already
Oh!
seen. Let me-
You gotta drop that.
I was gonna say,
am.
drop it in chat.
Oh my god, I love these.
Hey, look at you.
Oh my goodness, and they're spooky! Yes!
And a bunch of rats.
All right, when do we fight you?
That's
Always.
If
that's
there's
the
a
secret.
minimum.
I'm the final boss.
Yes!
Been
I knew
fighting.
it.
I'm Ao. I am the over deity. That's
Yo.
the big
Wow.
secret of the
Ew.
realm. Is it's just me. All right. Do
Well,
you head in?
I still haven't introduced myself.
Go ahead.
My name is Drizzt.
Okay, so what's your real name?
Yeah, isn't that like
Wait,
Steve
like-
or Dave?
Wait, like Dritz, the famous drow.
No. That is such a common drow name. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like Steve or Dave or John to to
Thank you.
humans.
I'm just pointing it at Doc. Just that. Nailed it there in one. You got it in one.
And
Well, you come across a lot of them when you're traveling through the Underdark and through the forests, and it's commonplace. You wouldn't believe the ledger I have full of contacts that are Dritzt, blah blah blah, and Dritzt of the blah blah blah.
Doc and Drizzt, you two are kind of looking at her, like thinking, but you're a drow. Why do you? I don't. It's you should know. Your brains are just kind of blue screening. And Zipporah, you're like, it's fine. We don't have to know everything all the time. Like, it's totally okay. Like, it's kind of weird.
no.
Like, that's
No, no,
like
no.
you should recognize somebody because, like, I feel like you should know that because isn't that what you are? But I might be mistaken. Your brain is just 50 billion miles a minute. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's weird. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think more her mind is on like Drizzt sounds like such a fake name.
I almost
It's got
jumped
like
you all over
yeah,
my
no, so
iPad.
she's trying to figure out if this is like a Joe Cool situation.
Oh, you're Dritzt. Are you that? No, different Dritzt.
And so with that, I'm just turn on my heel and walk the doors.
All right. As you walk into the three kegs, a human noble wearing a wooden cog, the holy symbol of Gond, stands in greeting. His black hair has grayed at the temples, and he keeps a well-trimmed kind of salt and pepper beard. Welcome, he says. I am Imberlin Skund. I am... Nope. He's not Imberlin. I messed that up. That one's on me.
Timberland Scoond.
I flipped my notes.
That's a great name.
From
That's
the
name.
From the book?
Welcome. I'm sure Imberlin showed you a pleasant time thus far. Would you care for a beverage?
I could use a drink for sure. It's, it's been a day. Things exploding and on fire and demons coming out of the ground.
And he just kind of goes, perfect. My lord awaits.
Are you-
Follow me.
Are
And
you
he-
paying? Because I need to save some money, you know.
And he just kind of chuckles at that. And he kind of just taps his chest like it's the funniest thing he's heard all day. And he walks you through the tavern to a small back table. And it's just
He's
like,
gonna
please, go ahead and sit, and I will buy you dinner and drinks, and we will make sure that Imberlin shows you a wonderful time, and I will answer all of your questions about the city, and you can decide if you'd like to help us.
Well, what was your name again?
That doesn't matter.
It's not Emberlin.
It's not Imberlin.
It's not Imberland.
Doc is just like, eyebrow is just like, well, this is auspicious. Okay, but I won't say no to a drink or 6.
Beer.
It's a little suspicious.
You take his offer. What do you do? The man's inviting you for free food and drink.
Yes, show us a table.
Yeah. Sit down.
All right. As you all sit, they don't even ask what your order is. They just start bringing food and drinks and platters that
Oh shit.
fill the table, and everyone who comes by to say their thanks to the heroes and to tell this messenger to give their regards to Lord Skund.
I can get used to service like this. It's no better, no worse than the fancy parties I used to go to with my dad.
And I'm immediately just gonna tap him on the shoulder and just be mindful of their hospitality.
Of course.
What would you like to know?
You're the one who told us to come here.
Yes, why exactly are we here?
Yes, well, Imberlin, who you will meet soon, he is coming to join in your festivities, and I ask on behalf of our Lord Torlin Silvershield, you are formidable heroes, and I believe that he has an offer for you. I'm sure you've noticed that the city is in a less than pleasant state. For now, I just want to answer your questions about the city, and anything I can do to help, any ounce of hospitality we can offer. Surely you have worked up an appetite from everything that has happened today.
Yeah, it's not every day that demons come out of the ground and kill people, and you got to fight them off and save people at the same time. It's a bit of a day.
Well, as you're all sitting and eating and drinking and being wary, Skund scuttles in, and he's this narrow man with just very pointy features, in somewhat scholar-looking garb. He appears to have fine robes and head covering. You can see his dark hair peeking out from under his head wrap. His fingers are just very long. Just kind of an odd-looking person. Though anyone that looks at him, you clearly know that he practices some sort of arcane magic. He's got, a stack of books under his arm at all times, and he's got the look of somebody who's well-read but not terribly well socialized. He comes scuttling in and he goes, oh, Duke, what are you doing? No, I told you to be hospitable. Why are you sitting at the table eating my food? Will you go? You're freaking the people out. And Duke, with his wooden cog, just kind of scuttles a bunch of rolls up under his arm and, takes off like a smacked dog who's clearly overstepped what he's been told to do. And Imberlin sits down and he says, hello, it is nice to make your acquaintance. I am Imberlin Schoon. I see you've already been offered a beverage. I hope you've had a pleasant time so far. I will be upfront with you. I come here on behalf of Lord Torlin Silvershield. He's... Well, I mean, I feel like you should know him. If you don't, he kind of mutters over a stutter and pushes his little glasses up. He is a patriarch family. He owns the Sesker Gates, and I've been asked to procure your services in helping the family bring the city back together.
What seems to be the problem here? I mean, aside from the ball spawn popping out of the ground.
More like the Slayer
And
itself.
he sits there and he spins his ring and he goes, yes, I do worry it may be a ball plot, but in my opinion, and the opinion of the Duke, we believe the guild may have a hand in this, and I wish to answer any questions, anything I may clear up about my master and what we do here, and at some point, ideally, he would like to meet you. But
So you're paying for all this, right?
Yes, of course, my dear.
Okay, cool. So Zipporah's gonna take the two largest platters, right? And then she's going to climb into her hat.
With the platters?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Sephora just kind of tenderly sets her hat on the ground. You're like,
Yes.
that's a weird place to store that. She gathers these
She takes
huge trays of just meats, fresh vegetables.
Yes.
Loaded up with all kinds of fresh breads, and she just seemingly...
That's nice for 3 kegs.
She just walks into the hat.
Just as that happens, it just
Doc is like, huh, I need to give me one of those.
And
And,
just
kind of,
City is
I did not know she could do that.
and then she's gonna pop back out, no trays in hand.
My, the surprises.
So
I'm gonna
what
unpack
is it?
that later. I'm gonna unpack that later.
Oh, I'm gonna unpack it later too.
Zing. So yeah, so what sort of business do you conduct, and what does it involve with us?
I am the personal attaché of Torlin Silvershield. I see to the company that he keeps. I make sure his needs are well met. I provide him any arcane services he might provide. I am also a key researcher, and I am well known by the High House of Wonders. I'm quite familiar with your work, obviously, as somebody who harnesses the arcane and turns it into things of such great utility. Though I am worried, and my master is worried, that this may be a plot by the guild. but I wanted to give you the opportunity to take the offer or ask any questions that may be related to us or the guild. I want you to feel most comfortable, but mostly I wanted to ask if you would come meet Torlin and consider his offer.
Imre is gonna kind of like raise her hand, like,
Yes, my dear.
what? Guild? I'm sorry, I'm not here. What is going on?
What do you mean?
What, guilds? I don't understand.
I'm just gonna reach my hand out.
The guild, the seedy underbelly of Baldur's Gate, the people who do the things and trade the goods that we do not want running through our city of honest business. Of course, such a well-traveled, well-battled person should clearly know of the. Where are you from?
Talonsham.
Well, that would explain
Middle of
that.
the desert.
That is quite all right, my dear. You've never been to a large city like this. That's fine. You will learn. You will learn. It just means that you are on the right side of civilization if you do not know who they are.
She's just gonna look at her 3 companions, so confused.
And I'm just gonna nod of, I'll explain later.
Huh.
And
Right?
I kind of nod in agreement with Dritz.
Zipporah is she's slightly listening. She's like kind of twirling her wand between her fingers like you would like a pen or like a baton.
He's very interested in this, by the way. He's talking, and he's kind of looking between all of you. You are fascinating. He looks as if he wants to be taking notes, but that he knows it wouldn't be in good form. You also notice he really wants to ask about the hat, but he's not going to. He just really wants to.
when would Torlin like to meet?
I mean, ideally, I could take you there now, or I could take you there this evening. I think it makes no difference to him.
I think everyone here could use a good night of rest. A great place for us to recover for the evening.
Of course.
So can we arrange for something tomorrow?
No need to arrange. And he goes into his little stack of books there. There's like a pouch tied to the top of them, and he goes in and he pulls out a few slips of paper. They are writs of entry, basically stating that you have business in the upper city, and he says to you, so these will get you through the gates, no matter what time of day. Usually you cannot go unaccompanied in the middle of the night, but this is most important to my Torlin, and should you decide to meet, you can show up whenever you please. He knows you are an invited guest. He did ask me to send for you, or you can always find me in the Sesker Gates mansion, and I am happy to let you in. So just show up whenever you like. You are always most welcome, and I hope you have enjoyed the food. Is there anything that I can provide for you? Your tab will remain open until you choose to leave. This afternoon, I will settle it out. It is not an issue. Is there anything I can answer or anything I can do or provide for you before I go about my business?
Is it possible to get a map of the city of Baldur's Gate?
Relax, I'm the map. All up here.
Yes, I'm pretty.
No, I'm.
He
Yeah,
knows that
between
you're
myself
serious, and
and
he kind of looks you up and down, and he looks to Doc, and he looks to Drizzt, and Drizzt, he's been kind of carefully taking you in this whole time. And you're dressed in a way that he recognizes as somebody who would probably know their way around Baldur's Gate quite well. He's familiar with people of your variety, but he knows Doc. He very well knows of Doc and his work, and he's seen it before. He has a great respect for him, and he just kind of looks at you and goes, "I think you can rely on your friends here to get you around. It's not hard to find your way around. Baldur's Gate is 3 cities in one. It's not so much a grid system like Waterdeep or Calamshan, where you can follow a wall and it encloses a property, but I think it is not too hard to get around. If you need a market, you can go to the wide. If you need somebody who is important or somebody who is rich, you can go to the upper city. Artisans and shopkeepers and your average citizen lives here in the lower city. This is where most of our bars can be found. You will find all of your inns here, and then there is the outer city, which actually you might find yourself very at home, Kalashite. I suggest you check it out. I think it would make you feel very welcome."
Yes, there's something for
Interesting.
everyone here in the gate.
And he just goes, "Now, if there is not anything else, I have a full docket to attend to and many people to speak to. But I thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you. Hopefully sooner rather than later."
Doc takes a chunk of out of a turkey out of a chicken leg. It's like, oh, it's a great
no,
spread.
It's turkey leg.
A turkey chicken. A
It's an
turkey
emu leg.
chicken.
A
An
chicken.
emu.
The cockatrice
Oh,
leg,
that
it's just
So that can-
Basilisk.
basilisk leg.
I watched Delicious in Dungeon. I know what we're dealing with. What do you think monsters taste like?
Wonderful. I like him. He is the right idea. You are just the man I thought you were. And he kind of shuffles off, same as he did before. Bumbling and unsure, but also just odd.
I'm going to give it about 5 to 10 minutes of sitting here.
Okay.
Before making any move, and I'm just very, very, very just posted up in the corner of this booth with a beer, just paying attention to that door that he left through and clearly counting like time.
You can count all the time you like. He does not appear to be coming back. It's just
Alright.
people coming
Is it
in
Boris?
and out.
At some point, gonna be like watching Drizzt
Mhm.
and just like really like taking in the whole like just how stanced up they are, and it's just like something cat got your tongue or something. You seem a little.
Yeah. Oh, well, is that something you said, or is it?
Oh yes, that is something she is saying.
More so that what we're dealing with is not good. We're dealing with some machinations, I'll say, that do not bode well.
All right, it seems like you know a lot about what we're dealing with. So how many more drinks do we have to get you for you to tell us everything?
Well, it has been about 5-10 minutes since he left now.
Yeah, I'll say it's been about 5 or 10 minutes. A waiter has shuffled over and noticed that the 2 very large platters of meat and breads are mysteriously vanished, and has
Did
urged
Zipper
somebody to
take
come
the
bring
platters too?
more.
Oh, yeah, she fully took the platters, walked in, and then came out with nothing.
So this dude is looking around for the platters too, confused.
Oh yeah, he's like, fucking rich people. And he ushers to somebody to bring you more. This is all,
And
as
I'm
far
gonna
as you can
just
tell,
signal as a
on the
no.
Duke's tab.
I'm just gonna signal him to no and stand up. And like, all right, we have one more place to go, and then from there it's up to the keep.
He comes skittering out of the kitchen and kind of sees you go no, and he just kind of looks at you like, all right, well,
Oh
more
wait,
for
but
me.
I
It's
wanted
already
that.
made. Oh,
Oh,
you
dang. Okay,
did
never
you?
mind.
Then he stops and he turns. He's like, did you want that? I don't.
Do you think you could wrap it up at least? And she
Asking
makes
for
a wrapping motion.
box.
Do you
Taking
think
it out
you
of the
can wrap
box.
it up? Wrap it
Asking
up.
for a doggy bag.
And he
I'll,
shuffles back, and you wait there for a couple of minutes, and he comes back out with these they're like waxed ration bags like you would see in like a trail
great.
pack, and he's
So-
just got a stack of them.
No. Oh goodness. So she's gonna take one of the boxes from the stack, and then she's gonna hand it to him. She's gonna say, "This is for you. Keep it."
And he's this man small of stature, and he just looks at you with wide eyes and goes, "You truly are a hero. What was your name again?"
Zipporah, don't forget it.
Zipporah, thank you. You
And then she's
really
gonna
are
take the rest
magnificent.
of
And
the
he just
stack.
kind of
Oh yeah, she's gonna take the rest of the stack. Like she took one out of the many and gave it to this one.
and
then
he's
she's gonna
just
take the
so
rest of the stack.
excited for this box. Like he looks like this is the most excited he's been for a meal in a while.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have a method to my madness. I promise.
Bribery
so-
for food.
With that, we'll make our way to the second meeting place. So I'm gonna take everyone to a secondary location.
Whoa, you're gonna kill us now?
Taking me to a secondary location.
No, we're strategically transferring to an alternate location.
Not if I have anything to say about it, and I do.
Yeah,
Um,
see?
yeah,
Never
so
taking
we'll
your life
head
out.
to it was little Callum Shite that was that other guy.
Little Callum Shan, you need to meet him at the the underpass for it, like the gate to Little Callum Shan at dusk. I will say it's only about 3 or 4 bells at the moment. It is late afternoon at best. You
We
still
still got
have
some
a
time.
few hours until dusk.
You first.
How well do I know the city, DM?
This area, I'd say you know it pretty well. The tavern in which you perform, the Keep, is located around this area. You know how to get to Sorceress Sundries, where you get all of your magical components and books. You could probably find your way around to most of the shops. But outside of this, you've never really been to Little Calamshan or the outer city. And the only time you go to the upper city is, if somebody invites you. You've been up to the Wide, but so far no one has paid you to perform for any function in the upper city. So you know where the Wide is, but beyond that, not a whole lot.
All right. Would I know where? Because you said the upper, like the little slips, give us permission to go to the upper area, that's where I'm assuming that's where the elites live.
Yes, correct.
All
Ding,
right.
ding,
So
ding.
where would I know where the lower class citizens live?
You're in it. The mid to lower class live
All right.
here, and as the city would see it, and especially the upper city, unfortunately, the outcasts and the refugees, as well as those who supply in messier trades, can all be found in the outer city. So people who refine ingredients or materials, people who strip animals for their leather and provide the fabric to people who make things would all be out there in the outer city.
All right, cool. I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I want to play a fun little game of Ding Dong Ditch. But instead of Ding Dong ditching, the thing that I'm ditching is the rest of the food that I acquired, and I'm just gonna go to random homes, knock knock, and then there's just gonna be a little box waiting for them out there that smells nice.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
Imre
boom.
likes that idea. I'll go with
Yeah,
you.
she doesn't really say this plan out loud, but she's just like you just see her bolt, like with the stack of food. She's gonna place one down, knock, run to the next one.
Okay, so Zipporah is, and you are all, I assume, trailing like behind her, like little ducklings.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where I am. I don't know my surroundings, so I'm just gonna try and stay close to them as possible.
Okay, so Zipporah goes zipping through the steeps, um, going door to door on any house that she thinks looks like isn't a business, maybe.
Yes.
And she's running and she sets the food down and she just furiously
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
runs to the next one, and you just see this string of people kind of, what in the, oh, kind of smelling like food delivery. All right, didn't know we had that, and just kind of closing their doors behind them.
That's the thing now.
I hope there's no allergens for anybody.
I know that too, but like you know.
I'm just being
I
a
would say
dickhead.
there's not like a ton of boxes, so I would say this maybe kills
Oh
15,
yeah.
20 minutes of your time.
Oh yeah, no. She's at least gonna keep enough for the group. Like she's just because like they were given so much food. They're like, why not just share the wealth? Someone might be wishing for some.
On our way to this meeting place, I want to try to find a quiet, unoccupied, untraveled back alley.
There are plenty of those around here,
Yep.
so you
Well
find
aware,
one
so,
easily.
and gather everyone as well, very clearly watching around, like making sure no one's coming by the entire time. Is everyone? Have you all followed suit?
Do you
or-
all follow?
Yeah. I imagine.
Oh yeah.
I imagine Doc will take rear, and I'm pretty sure Doc knows this area as well. Probably not as well as others, but he's been around a couple times.
Yeah, Imre's following, but she's taking in all of her surroundings. They're still in Little. You said they're still in Little Calensham, right?
No, we're
You
not there
were
yet.
never
We're
in
still
Little
the-
Calamshan. You're in the lower
Oh,
city.
never mind.
Yeah, we're in the lower city.
Hey, still looking around.
So before I go into what I'm going to talk about, I am going to pee.
Oh,
Have a nice
rude.
piss. Have a nice
Ah.
piss. All right, now we can talk trash about Vincent while they're gone.
Okay, does anyone else need to take a pee break?
I too need to go to
Alright.
the little men's room.
Good.
Go ahead. Either of you ladies?
Nah,
Nope.
I'm chilling. I'm here. I'm having fun.
Good.
Same. I'm chilling. I got my candy corn.
Yeah, I got my candy over here too.
So
I have my water, my caffeine, and I have a fun. We're good.
the lower city, like, Imre would have come in through Worms Crossing. Everyone has to come in through Worms Crossing. And
Right. I know that much from Baldur's Gate.
correct. And it dumps you right out at Basilisk Gate.
Uh-huh.
And that whole area is the lower city. So like that's
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, that's probably where you've been most of this entire time since you got there.
Okay. Great clarification. Because I'm like,
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
I have a fun little question because I have a fun idea, and like I started executing it towards the beginning, and I just want to see if it would be feasible.
Text it to me.
So,
Not want me to hear this?
oh yes, I will text it to you right now.
I was gonna say I can like walk away.
No,
Well,
no,
you forget. We have a live audience. I don't want them to hear it
Hi,
either
chat!
in case
How
I
are you,
decide
chat?
to say no.
How's it going,
Oops, I
chat?
forgot about
If you're having a great time, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot. But send your favorite emoji if you're having a
Ooh,
great
yes.
time.
Oh, but like, do you even see them?
I can.
I can't.
I can if
Are
I
you
look at a
watching the
different
stream
screen.
on your phone?
Yeah, I'm watching
so
on my
true.
iPad.
I
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Why did
I have it
think
on
of
in the
that?
background just so I can see.
The chat
Oh my
can
God.
also be your
Helps
ally.
if I unmute.
Let's go, chat.
Helps if I unmute myself. I'm back.
Because if the chat is like, if you're like, God, I don't know where I wrote that thing down, or I don't remember this, the chat can be your ally, and they come in clutch sometimes.
Yeah, maybe they can give us some good ideas. Like, what things should I waste my magic on? Woo!
Everything.
All the things.
What should I press to
All the
digitate?
stuff in the things.
I dropped a die
Alright.
earlier, and it is way too far for me to get with my foot.
When everybody's ready. Ready? Yep.
I'm
yep.
good to go.
Ready?
I'm texting Nana a
Alright.
separate thing.
Okay. So, who here knows what that thing was out in the wide? I'm looking at all three of you.
I know. Fuck off.
That's okay.
Uh,
Doc?
Doc. I imagine Doc would know what it is again through his years of studying the arcane arts and the
Doc would know because this is the kind of creature that you've been contracted several times to build weapons to either annihilate or prevent.
Yeah, they're nasty little beasties, little hellion, hellspawn type creatures. They tough little bastards.
A little more complicated than that. You're
I'm making it a little
not-
bit not as scary. But
you're
they're not
far
of this
off, though.
world.
So for those of you in the not in the know, that thing was the Slayer. The Slayer is a form that Bhaal, Lord of Murder, could take. And it is vicious, violent, and bent on one thing and one thing only, and that is killing as many people, preferably innocent people, as possible. Now, during the time of troubles, Bhaal was murdered by Cyric. However, he had a plan, which was to spread as much of his seed as he possibly could, have as many children as possible,
Ew.
and then have, it gets worse.
Kind of gross.
It gets worse.
It's
I
pretty
really
bad.
think you could have phrased that better. Anyways.
No, it's about that bad. Like it's
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's-
pretty
the
bad.
whole
Oh.
plot is major ick.
Oh.
And his
Yeah.
entire plan was to have all of his bastard children fight one another until there was one last one standing. Now, for the longest time, everyone thought that Abdel Adrian might have been the last one, but very clearly today that was not the case. Because it was true that once there was only one left, then that one would become the Slayer in that moment. And that's what we saw today. Now, Bhaal is trying to return. Somehow. Somehow, he is trying to get his way back to godhood again. Because the Lord of Murder may as well be called the Lord of Scheming. Plans on plans on plans on plans on plans. And they're all horrible and convoluted.
Sue, Lauren, and Megan,
Mhm.
make a history check for me.
Ooh.
Natural one!
Hey.
Like I
got a
said, I know.
19.
Fuck off.
I got a 19.
I got an 18.
So, the both of you, knowing the history of the land, like at least a little bit of it, you're like, I'm pretty sure that guy's like really, really dead. Like, didn't like big god, like the god of the gods, kill that guy? And then like, no, wait, maybe he didn't kill that guy, but like definitely that mortal killed that guy because they made that mortal into a god. Like he for sure killed that guy. Like he's super dead. What is this loony on about? He's dead. He's dead. But Imre, something in the center of your chest that feels like someone tugging on a thread tied to your sternum just kind of nags at you. And you can't help but wonder, but what if?
It's not. What would cause it to come back?
Murder on a grand scale, probably.
Thousands
Something else
and thousands of
convoluted.
deaths.
Murder of an entire city?
That
Or
would do
damn
it.
near close to it.
You know, by the way you're questioning, you wouldn't have happened to murder an entire city or anything. I'm just that's just me questioning, you know. You don't need to confirm or deny anything, but I just asking for safety's sake. And she puts her hat in front of her, like she like puts it like, oh, like she's shielding herself from Imre, like, and kind of like leans a little away from her.
Imre's a little. I'm a little offended right now.
As Zippor does this, I'm just gonna be like, well, she did follow a bunch of strangers into a dark alley, completely unfazed and
No questions asked.
Yeah, but if she murdered an entire town, did you? I mean, I say if, please don't murder me. There's so much I have left to do, you know.
Lots of stains. They're hard
There's
to get
so
out
many
of
things I
clothes.
have to prove. Yeah, exactly.
Imre's just like, let's clear the air now. I am not a follower of Lolth. I would never senselessly murder. How dare you?
How dare I? I was just listen. It's nothing against you. It's just your questions were very specific, and I just had to ask.
Something about this doesn't feel right. If it takes an entire city, murder of an entire city, then I don't know what's going on here, but it just something is wrong.
Well, that would
If
be the god trying to do god things.
come back,
the gods of this realm are no gods. They're just more powerful people who fools and weak men call gods on account of their own power. Unfortunately, that will lead to the death of millions. Don't do something about it.
You're certainly a
should-
ray of sunshine.
Well,
then we should do whatever
Right.
we can to save these people. They don't deserve this. No one deserves this.
Yeah, because if the people
So-
die, they won't be able to buy my stuff, and without that, there's no worth being here. Yeah.
Is money the only thing on your mind?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna need another beer.
Look at that.
With that, I'm just going to start walking.
Okay. Okay.
and just shout behind me. We need to meet everyone who has approached us today and try to suss out what everyone wants, because
Well, yeah, we don't want to be left with ourselves hanging in the wind and someone try to use us for their own gains. That wouldn't be good either. I don't want to have bad reputation. No one buy my stuff.
You
Oh,
know,
God.
I'm not really the takedown or save the establishment. I mostly do birthday parties. I do events. I've even done a funeral before. I could do more. I actually do have like business, and she whips out her like deck of cards, and in between one of the cards is a business card, and she hands it to whoever is willing to. She first offers it to Drizzt, then she offers it to Imre, then she offers it to Doc.
Not even raises a hand. Does not even raise a hand.
Drizzt. As she says, I do birthdays, and then says, I've even done a funeral, you do remember someone in the keep saying that you're pretty sure her act went wrong once, and it, like, killed a kid at a birthday party, and you can't help but wonder, oh my god, did she do his funeral?
Just gonna sit there, just kind of staring off, just.
As I take the card out of her hand, I kind of, give her a little bit more of a serious look. Well, if Bhaal has his way, there will be a lot of funerals and a whole lot of not birthdays to celebrate.
Just gonna point out, you can perform at more birthdays than funerals. You only can perform one funeral, but yet you can do a birthday every year. So.
You know, birthdays are more fun than funerals. Even if funeral does have the word fun in it, it's not actually that fun.
It's
Never
a
been to
funeral.
a funeral then.
Really? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Remind me to get booked for one of those. But I don't think a mass funeral would be would be something they would want entertainment for. In fact, I don't even think there would be someone to pay for.
You could charge a group rate.
That is true, but
There would be no one left to charge.
There would be no one left to charge because everyone would be dead. So I'm. Anyways, where were we going? Were we going to meet a guy? I'm sure we have to go meet a guy.
Yeah, you see a guy about to meet.
So the other person that approached us in the wide also, if I'm thinking right, is probably a representative of the guild. And the guild has something going on here. The patriarchs have a hand in this, and now Raven Guard does as well.
And as soon as he, as more and more of the guild mention it's
every time
brought
you
up.
hear them say the word, you just see the vein in Doc's forehead twitch just a little bit until he finally gets to the point where you feel like he physically like shudders every time you say the word guild.
It's like a nervous tick.
Is it kind of like in Young Frankenstein when everyone announces Flau Bluha and the horses like kind of panic?
Just no.
What, like guild?
You just
or is it more like in The Lion King when the hyenas keep saying Mufasa around Scar? Is it?
No, it's not a slow build up. It's just like one of those just like
the reflex. It's a tick.
Zipporah's gonna come. He's gonna. How tall is Doc again?
Doc is 6 foot.
Okay, cool. Zipporah's 6'3", so she's gonna come behind
Let me
and
just
just
double check.
bend
are
over.
you in any kind of heels too, or are you
6'2".
just in
Doc,
flats?
I
is
believe your
6'2".
character is wearing heeled boots.
He is in fact wearing heeled boots.
You are towering over him
She's stacking
still.
at a solid 6'5" with those heels.
Yeah. Yeah, Doc.
Yeah,
Doc
so
is
she's
6'2".
gonna bend over, get real close to his ear and go.
Now, as I said, the Lord of Murder may as well be called the Lord of Scheming. He is going to try
Shenanery.
to fucking tomfoolery. Shaboingery.
Well,
The
how
Lord
can
of
someone?
Shaboingery.
Wait. So
That's a
how is-
whole different thing.
Wait a minute. How is the Lord of Murder also the Lord of Tomfoolery? Because I participate in tomfoolery myself, and I don't kill any.
Wrong kind of
So
tomfoolery.
where's the line drawn?
Yeah,
between
where's
that?
the line drawn between tomfoolery and murder? I would think killing a person.
It's real thin.
Bhaal fancies himself the Lord of Murder, but he's always scheming. Even though it's not his portfolio per se, he has schemes on schemes on schemes.
Can he
Now,
just
that
not
being-
then?
I wish he wouldn't.
He makes
That
things a
said-
mess quite a bit.
He will try to corrupt people subtly, and even the best of people with the best of intentions, someone like Ravengard, will corrupt them and make them do horrible things in the name of the greater good or in the name of protecting people, but will ultimately lead to death and murder.
Hmm.
So,
That's
So let's
We
be
need to
clear,
talk.
as far as you can tell, all these people really just want to have a chat. I mean, you think to yourself, Scoon was kind of weird, but like, he's a nerd. Like, all wizards are nerds. All arcane guys are nerds, right? Like, maybe he's just a little skittish. But Ravengard, well, he's well regarded.
well, he does have guard in the name.
What do I know about Will? Like what? So because I feel like I would know a lot more of just like what the streets are talking about. What would I know about from my knowledge of the people, what they say about Ravengard? Like what is the common knowledge about older Ravengard?
What you've heard as a local performer and as someone who spends a lot of time in one of the biggest bars in Baldur's Gate, older Ravengard is generally well respected. A lot of people look up to him. He started as a lower city orphan, an absolute nobody, with no prospects of rising above his station. But his hero was Abdel Adrian. He was so inspired by the alleged Bhaal spawn that he wanted to fight and he wanted to protect people, and he did his best, and he is very just, he is very righteous, and the second he could, probably younger than he should have, he joined the Flaming Fist, where he rapidly ascended to his current rank, though today he has, unfortunately, if informally, ascended to the highest rank of the Flaming Fist. People feel for him. But you also know that the name Bhaal is not uncommon. It was not so long ago that the Lord of Murder was something to actively fear. There are people, plenty of people, still living who remember that time and remember the Bhaal spawn plot, and they're still pretty PTSD'd out by it. Like, it is pervasive. And a lot of these people, you know, they're never too sure that he's really gone. They're never really gonna feel safe, so they always kind of wonder. So the name Bhaal is whispered constantly and perpetually, seemingly unending, in the mouths of Baldurians.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So down the alleyway we go, I imagine.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Is it spooky?
It is.
Spookums!
Should I come say hi? No? You're just letting me know you're getting up? Okay, have fun.
Bye, spooky.
Megan just got Megan won. For some reason, your camera is now like.
Oh
looks like
yeah,
it's
your
being
stop
filmed
motion.
on a calculator.
Wow.
Oh, and you lost audio too.
Yeah.
Oh no, did I?
Oh,
you're
no,
back.
you just.
There you are.
There we go.
We got you.
You were getting
You
real
guys are all
pretty.
fine. Was I just? Oh,
You
no,
were
Yeah, you're
like,
like
everything was
pixelated.
fine on my end.
Yeah, it's
Here.
filmed on a calculator.
Oh,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
so
TI-82's
strange.
Yeah.
got better video image quality.
but
Actually, TI-84, I think, actually, because those ones come in.
Yes.
oh my god.
TI-84.
Okay.
And you know what?
Side
I didn't
note,
even notice it. So.
Did you know that the first like of those fancy calculators
Mhm.
was not the TI, it was the SR, which stood for slide rule. Because they wanted to advertise it as being better than a slide rule, which was the most frequent tool for engineers at the time.
Wow.
The more you know. But yes, if you would like to head
Dirty
to the
shit.
entrance of Little Calamshan, you will travel through the steeps and down towards the harbor, sweeping through the lower city and out towards the gate. Is that
The
what you'd like
Baldur's
to do?
Gate?
Not the Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Pain. Lots
You
of
are
pain.
headed to the Basilisk Gate, the
Ah.
opposite side of it. Is that
Doc,
what we all
Doc,
want to
Doc
do?
knows this area pretty well.
Going.
Yeah, you're going? Okay. So, as you wind your way towards the Basilisk Gate, after your hefty dinner and your session of ding-dong ditching and lore dumping, you go back to the gate and you realize, well, I'll be damned, there is a line. I have never seen a line quite like this. Holy smokes, why are there so many people and animals? And my god, it is just packed down here. What do you do?
What does the line look like it's leading, like caused from? Like, is it like some kind of checkpoint? Is
It's
it,
stemming from the gate.
Does it look like it's a checkpoint? Like people are being like questioned, risked? What seems to be the?
It's hard
Are
to
people
tell.
being
There's
ushered
there's
away,
so
or-
many people.
Yeah.
Would you like to approach the gate
Cautiously.
cautiously?
Yeah,
Okay.
get a little bit closer, you know.
Give me just a
At
second
least within
to
earshot of the guards, you know.
cue up some sound here. Oh my god, if I can find the right one. Good grief. Ah, here we go. Hop over to that. So, as you approach the gate, you see this is very intense. I want this. Here we go.
More heroic.
There we go.
I need more
Investigation music.
DMV sound. More DMV kind of thing.
DMV. Spooky. I still hear a flute in there.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't
A pretty
entirely know
Cavern
why.
flute.
Spooky flute, I guess. Evil flute. Curse of the evil flute.
Cursed flute. How do I turn all of these off? Oh my god.
The bane of my existence.
You've heard of Curse of Strahd. Get ready for Curse of Woodwind.
Maybe I can communicate with it through my pet flute.
Commune Woodwind.
Hang on, there was a button here that allowed me to turn
It
them
just
all
gets
off.
creepier as it goes.
Yeah.
It's just still going.
So sorry. Hang on.
Gosh.
We got
I'm
this.
waiting for the Wilhelm scream to come out of nowhere.
Okay.
Okay, I
Did
heard
you,
that.
did you just call it
that.
Wilhelm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Let me guess. You've also heard of the Helmlick maneuver.
Yes, when someone's choking,
don't
you
like
come
the
up
sound
and
of
you
that.
lick the top of their head. It's fine.
No! Oh no! I didn't even think of it like that. That's even funnier though.
How and
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. Okay, hang on. How do
I don't want to.
Let's see
I don't
here.
want to. I don't want to envision that or hear it.
Withers anybody?
No. I'm gonna close Syrinscape and
Werther's original.
Hope.
Oh, you said Werther's. I thought you said
I said
Withers.
Withers.
I heard
I
Withers.
said
Good,
Withers.
good.
He
Okay,
said
good.
Withers.
I also
You said
heard
Withers,
Withers.
and
I
then
was
all
like,
I thought was Withers
Withers.
original.
Withers original gummies. They're shaped like
Okay.
skulls.
Let's see here.
Skulls and books.
Skulls and books.
They have a light coating of Scotchguard on them.
I think I figured this
Right,
out.
Stu hasn't played Baldur's
Maybe.
Gate yet. He doesn't know who the Withers is.
Oh
You
yeah.
never played Baldur's Gate 3?
I don't have a gaming
What?
computer cool enough to do that.
I have not finished
It's okay. Me neither.
Okay,
I'm
let's
stuck
see.
in Act 3. There's just so much.
it. I've never made it past Act 1.
Classic adventure.
There's a lot to do in Act 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always the
Can
side
y'all
quests.
still hear the music?
No.
No, we got
It's
nothing
okay.
now.
Cool. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. There's something going on.
I got this. I got this.
Hey, we're doing it as we go. It's all good.
You
Fuck it,
don't
we're doing
mind
it
me.
live.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. As you approach the gate, you see. How do I describe him? There is this dwarf, you think, but his features are sunken in. He looks like he is just wasting away here at the gate, and he is, yes,
Is he a beardless dwarf?
I didn't think about that. I don't think so. No, like he just looks like a skull that still has facial hair and eyeballs for some reason. Like he is deeply, deeply unhealthy, and he's pissed. And he's checking bags and he's demanding tolls, and he's just generally causing this line to move way slowly. And all you hear is, "Listen, them's as has nothing to hide, has nothing to fear. So either open your bag, pay your toll, or get out of the line."
It's
Okay.
clearly a people person.
Ah, yes. Clearly.
What do you do?
I don't know.
You wait in the line? Do you talk to the grumpy gills?
Well, we've got the note, right?
Yeah, is this something or like passive?
Sweetie,
be
you're
able
going
to-
into the,
No.
all of you sweeties, collective sweetie. You're going into the outer city. Little Calamshan
Yeah.
is the outer city. Your
That is for the upper
letters
city.
of writ get you into
Ah,
I don't know
upper
anything.
city. The outer
Um,
city, you don't really need special
have
paperwork to get into. Like, if they could
question.
force everyone to the outer city, they would. Yes.
Have we taken a short?
No, I don't. Nobody's
Okay.
said that you
Not a-
have.
Yeah,
All
not
right.
explicitly.
All right, thank you. I just thought I'd ask.
You know, since I know the area is
Nobody, someone doesn't have their spells back yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can only use one at a time.
womp.
That's
womp.
not my cantrip.
Um,
That's why you.
I
Eldritch
imagine.
Blast!
I imagine
Yeah.
since Doc is well knows this area quite well because his shop is in this lower end of town, by the docks and whatnot.
Yes,
Would
I will
he-
say that you likely go between Little Kalimshan, the lower city, and the upper city fairly comfortably. You actually know this particular asshole in question. This is Nant Thongol, a particularly grumpy dwarf, though he seems extra grumpy today, and you don't really know what's going on.
I walk up to him, friendly and familiar. Nance, my man, what's going on, buddy?
Aye, Julius. These people need to let me search their belongings, or they're not getting through the gate. So, word has it the shield or something has gone missing from the, oh my god, I've lost the word and my accent. The harbor master's office. And now,
Gone missing?
I have to search all these people's bags, all their belongings, and they have to pay the toll. If you ain't got nothing to hide, you'll get right through. But what can I do for you?
Well, we're kind of in a hurry. We've got an appointment to make. We don't really have anything with us. If you let us pass, I would be grateful.
Aye, of course I'd be willing to let you pass. Heroes
Excellent,
live wide
excellent.
and all that.
Real quick.
Though I will say, roll a perception for me, all of you.
Nope. Off the table. Oh man! Got a good roll and it fell off the table, but let me re-roll
At
it.
a 22.
Okay.
Ooh, look at you.
Oh, I rolled worse.
I got a 14.
I got a 10. When it was on the floor, it was a 20, and I was like, wow. But
Oh.
it's okay. It's okay. I'll take that 10.
So,
That 20.
it doesn't take a genius to notice that, like, he's kind of being a dick to these people, and as you reach the gate and you're kind of having this conversation and you're looking around, you notice that there's like 6 or 7 flaming fist officers just pawing their way through people's crap. And you know, anyone that doesn't have a bag seems to get right through, but most people are coming down from the wide. They had wares, things got damaged, and anyone with even a marginally interesting coin purse is being led to a table and having their stuff gone through. Give me a second.
So what exactly has gone missing?
A shield has gone missing from the harbor master's office.
How big is the shield? Is it like a traditional?
He looks at you and he's like, it's a shield. I don't know. It's you would carry it around. It's and he kind of like braces his arm like it's a shield. Like, what's there to explain?
Oh, well,
Is this any
you know,
kind
the
of
easiest way to
special
do this is
shield?
to, you know, let anyone go through that and pay their tolls. I mean, if they're wearing you know, they don't have anything big on them. Obviously, they may not have the shield then, right? It'll also speed the line up. You want to do any more paperwork?
You see, he kind of starts to flam, and the fist officers go, "Hey! Anyone with a bag gets checked. That's the rules."
Who's spitting your coffee this morning?
Can I look the dude and be like, what kind of shield is this? Anything special, important? Anything might have any special properties about it?
He goes, "I don't know much, but it's a city shield. Allegedly important. It was being stored in his office, and now it's gone missing, somewhat mysteriously. He seems to be fairly honest with you, albeit annoyed at your questioning, and he kind of just gets to the point where he goes, bah! Either head through or help yourselves, or you can get in the back of the line."
Well, I appreciate the let through. We'll be on our way. Can you walk us through, good man?
And he just, you know, he waves you through. Heroes of the Wide.
Um,
Do you all follow?
I specifically am going to sneak off, and I'm gonna try to find anywhere that I can duck into to try to stay hidden.
Okay, go and roll stealth for me. There's a lot of people, it's not too hard, but they're all on the lookout.
22? No, sorry, 23. Plus 5 is 23.
23. Yeah, you see a couple places you could slip into, though as you're looking around, and Doc, as you're headed through the gate, Merrick, who you know as a local, like, supplier of, kind of like your rivets, your screws, all of your fine metalworking bits and tools.
My small odds and ends.
Mm-hmm. Merrick goes, Doc! And he kind of, like, grabs you. Do you stop? Do you keep going?
I turn around and, Merrick, what's going on, my man?
Doc, somebody took the shield from the harbor master's office. It's like one of those big city shield, like the flaming fist shields, like those big silver ones, and somebody was storing it in the harbor master's office, and now he's making all of those go through our bags. He's trying to tax us on goods we didn't sell, more than we normally did. I just want to get home for dinner. My kids are at home. Can you help me out here?
I do what I can. I mean, they seem pretty hell-bent on doing what they're doing. Someone must have really pissed them off today.
Well, I'd really appreciate it, man. Like, that'd make a world of difference to me. Like, you know I'm always good for it. I'm happy to thank you. You know, and what you did in the wide today, that really saved all our skins.
Oh, well, you know, it's... Yeah, we're just there, you know, just in the moment. It happens. I try to look for the person who's in charge.
Yeah, that would be Nant.
No, Nant's if Nant's in charge, how is he getting talked to by people who are below him, you know?
Well, because the Flaming Fist outrank toll collectors by a mile. And if it's a Flaming Fist shield, a city shield, that has gone missing, the city property, they are frickin' losing it, and Nant doesn't entirely have a choice, but he's also not making it any better.
Who's the head fist?
They all look to be Flame's just kind of lower tier dudes, not a blaze among them, no lieutenant type figure to speak of.
And how close is the harbor master's office from here?
The harbor master's office from here is maybe 3 minutes walking. You would just have to go back towards the harbor where you came from.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I'll go try and reason with one of the.
You're gonna try to reason with the fist?
Yeah, one of the fistites.
All right. Tell me how this goes.
Fisty.
The
Oh, God.
fisties. Dear God. I serve the flaming fist.
I was wondering when you were gonna say that.
He said it like 5 times already.
Well, how's it go? What do you say?
I walked up and was like, you know, this seems very inefficient. Who's in charge here?
Oh boy.
This fist squares up with you, hands on his hips, and he goes, "You got something to say about it?"
Like, well, I suppose I do, as what you're doing, it seems very inefficient for not only your time, but people as well. What if...
Listen, little man, I'm happy to let you through, Heroes of the Wide and all that, and the important members. You're clearly well dressed, you should know this, but this scum behind you Somebody took something that wasn't theirs, and now they have to pay the price. I don't care what they thought they were selling. I don't care what they say. These bags could be magical, they could be hiding it, and they're not getting through here without a toll and without a search.
Well, is the shield magical?
He kind of looks at you like, no. He's like, it's a flaming fist shield. It may as well be magical. It is the symbol of authority. And he just yammers on and on and on about the glory of the flaming
Can I
fist.
hear this?
You can, yeah. And it's
All right,
very
cool.
clear that what's going
Sephora's-
on here is he's just abusing lower standing citizens.
Sephora's gonna come over
Oh boy.
and she's gonna just place a nice, gentle hand on this fine citizen's shoulders and just go, "Hey, calm down, calm down."
The fist's
It'll be
shoulder, the
fine."
flaming
yes,
fist?
Yes. She's just gonna like, calm down. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna find
He
the
reaches
shield."
around, he claps both hands on your shoulders, and goes, Miss, we're not in the business of hurting women. Now please, allow us to handle this. Get back in line. If you let us search your stuff and pay your toll, you'll be fine. Go back to your husband, sweetie. And moves you back and just turns directly back to Doc.
So,
Question.
real quick,
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a thing I wanted to do. If anyone needs a moment,
Oh yeah, no. Do your thing. Do your thing.
okay.
Ah, yeah.
While I'm in the shadows, I'm gonna take my cloak off itself and come on back out, and then head up to the dude that just seems like he was in charge, and that Zipporah just spoke to. So that now the crest on the lapel of my chest piece and the back are very, very, very big and visible, and come up to him.
Oh.
Okay, he sees you come up and he kind of straightens up. He kind of comes correct with himself and he goes, what do I owe the pleasure of the presence of a dusk shield to today? Is something wrong? Is there something I can help you with? Is somebody giving you hassle? Can you get through the toll okay? How can I help?
Doc immediately looks over at Driz and just sees the crest that do I notice the symbol on his?
Oh,
It's clear as
everyone
day.
notices
Like now-
the symbol on his
Yeah.
clothes. The second the
And-
cloak
and-
came off, it was obvious to everyone.
Yeah, it
My
is
eyebrow
very proud
my
on
eyebrow
the cloak.
peaks.
You know this family well. You have wanted to make things for them for a long time.
Zipporah's gonna lean over to oh my goodness, Meg, remind me of the pronunciation of your character's name.
Imre Neal.
She's gonna lean over to Imre, and she's kind of like looking at Drizzt, and then looking at everyone else's reactions, looking at Doc's reaction, and she's not like directly, more like when you to the side, and she's gonna be like, "Are they like some princess or something? I don't know why they're reacting that way."
And as
Imre
you...
is short, so she's sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Imre is 5'3", so she's literally
You
like
have-
on her
you have a
on her
foot.
tippy toes.
You have a
Trying
foot
to hear
on
you.
her.
So
Oh yeah, sorry. So then she's properly talking, like bends down. You know that meme with the how to talk to short people? Yeah.
So
Thank you.
one of the other Fisk hears this and his ears kind of perk up. And he turns around and he goes, Dusk Shield. Didn't you used to be monster hunters?
And as this dude pipes up, just like, who do you think took out the Slayer out in the wild? And
At which
stared
point, all
just-
his buddies just go, you should shut the fuck up. You should just, and just kind of usher him back to whatever he was doing.
And I'm gonna. So as the first guy, listen. nobody here is going to have that shield. Now, I don't know who has that shield, but I can promise you that it's nobody here. And all you're doing is making everything harder for yourself, and you're pushing that shield further and further out of your reach. You're not going to be able to find it the more you keep heightening your search and around everything. And I know you know this. Let me help you. I'll track down that shield, and I'll find it. Give me 2 days. Meantime, let's lighten this up. Go back to having the normal security we do here.
Nant hears all this and comes over. And he goes, I think that'll be about enough. I can't tell you who has the shield, but if you pay these fine people's toll, I'll let you all through. This is enough of this. And I've had about enough of it.
How much are we looking at for the toll?
He tells you 25 gold to cover everyone, total, together.
I'm gonna look at Doc. How much you got on? Well, no, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm gonna pull him close and just be like, how much do you have on?
Oh man, I look like large coin person. Oh, give me a second here.
And I'm just gonna stare deep into his soul at that, like,
Deep into my pocketbook. Oh, just because I'm a trust fund kid, you think I'm loaded with
Reach
flush
deep
with cash?
into his
I'm
heart
not
and his
asking you
pocketbook.
to pay for everything, but I don't have 25 on me, and we need to help these people out.
I know, but you know, just give me a second.
While these two are having a discussion, I like to think that Zipporah is on the side, showing someone in line and Imre a card trick. Like, oh, now watch this. Keep your eye on the ace.
You're over
Yes.
here distracting all the people in line.
Imre's
There's like,
so fascinated by this. Like, oh.
So Doc pulls out one of his smaller coin purses and pulls out 25 gold.
from
Doc?
behind you, you're just hearing.
I'll pull 15 off of that and push 10 back towards him, and pull out 10. So,
And I put it down. All right, I think this will cover these people here now. You let these people pass, and you put in a good word. So come to my shop, and we'll get you set up with some primo stuff. Okay?
Because a deal's a deal. And
I shake his hand.
he sweeps all the gold away and just kicks it into a bag. And he climbs up on the station he was formerly using to check everyone's bag and goes, all right, go home. He just
it's
starts
over.
waving
What are you still doing
everyone through. The man is nothing if not good on his word. And the Flaming Fist officers are still kind of looking at each other like, I mean, I guess they're all paid for. I guess if he said so, it's not like we can get in trouble. Like, he's in charge of this, right?
We
It's not
solved
exactly
your toll
custom.
booth puzzle. Woo!
Yes.
And we didn't have to pay.
On the bright side, this little
say that in
endeavor has
character?
wasted. I mean, you did technically pay. You paid for everyone.
Well, yeah, but,
I didn't
Oh,
pay.
us personally.
yeah.
Yeah,
Two of them. That's why I was like, do you say that in character? Because if so, I'd be oh, you're gonna
I
pay us
mean, you
back.
didn't.
Oh, something tragic has happened to Megan.
Don't understand what just happened.
Oh, you didn't put your hand up. The house rule of saying things
Yeah.
out of character. So they've heard this. They both heard you say, and I didn't have to pay. And they're just shooting daggers at you.
Oh, well.
Hang on,
I
Oh,
cinch myself back up and hide my pouch. You know, wouldn't want any wandering thievery aboot.
All right.
Zipporah's looking again, still looking drizzed over, and she's just gonna come up to them and be like, "So am I supposed to like refer to you as like Your Majesty or like Sir or like
For the
Lord,
love of
lady,
God.
I,
Your
I,
Never do
Highness?"
that, please.
no, it's nothing. It's nothing like that. It's just you not familiar with the.
Dusk shield.
I keep, what was the dusk
The la-
shield?
Yes.
Dusk shield.
You're not familiar with the
Dusk
dusk shields, are you?
Like I said, I deal in entertainment. You know, the flashy. Maybe I've come across more of you in my performances, but there's the thing I'm focused on is not the thing that you. We are not focused on the same thing. Is what I mean.
I'll explain more later. For now, and that cloak's back on, covering up everything. Just tight. And quickly just blend back into the crowd so we can get out of here.
Yeah.
And through here.
Continue on.
Megan, real quick though, will you hit turn off your camera on Discord and turn it back on? Real quick.
Is it acting up again?
Yeah. You've been giving us like 1 frame a second.
Yeah, you're getting all Nintendo on us.
Blow into the camera. Maybe it'll do something.
There we go. You're good. That fixed it.
Oh, well, now I can't see any of you.
What do you mean you can't see any of them?
Oh, it's just how you
Just-
have the window on
It's
Discord.
yeah. So
no,
let
like
me.
the window, when I turned off my camera, the window disappeared.
Oh.
So- This again.
All right, try and open it again.
There we go.
All right.
There we
All
go.
right.
Hey,
Hey, okay.
technology.
So, now that that shenanery is over, you've wasted enough time that it is actually right about dusk now. That took a chunk out of your day. That was a problem, which everyone is very thankful that you solved. People are coming by, like, just trying to hand you, like, miscellaneous wares, leftover produce from their shop for the day. You're getting pats on the back from weary workers that just really want to go home.
There's like a carpet.
Yeah, and I'm just telling people it's fine. Just don't worry and go about your day, please.
Forget we were here.
You didn't.
Or don't forget we were here and come to my show sometime. And then she like starts listening.
Ah, I see you too are a fan of shameless self-promotions. We're gonna get along just fine.
Shameless. And like she's like actively like sticking up a poster on the for like advertising her show. Just like, what do you mean?
What do you mean shameless? I am
And then
full
she
of
starts-
shame
she's
that I
the-
have to do this.
she like takes like the. Does anyone have a hammer? And then, anyways, when no one responds, and when no one responds, she just takes the back of a dagger.
Perfect.
Alright.
All right. As you get through the gate, the hooded figure you saw earlier is loitering. He throws some hand signals, which, Grizz, you understand. Everyone else roll a d20 for me. Wisdom check.
You said
What's what was the
14.
perception or what?
wisdom check.
Wisdom. Oh, gotcha.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh no, wait, that's a saving throw. Sorry. That goes down to a 12.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
All right.
12.
You all get the gist of this. He's saying, "Follow me." Do you follow?
Yeah.
Zipporah, as she follows, she's gonna just say something. Does that mean come here? I don't really speak sign language that well. I'm trying to learn. It's not one of the languages I'm fluent in.
You can feel the hooded figure just like through his big cloak just go, ugh.
Sort of groan.
Real
Groans.
quick, that is Thieves' Cant, right?
Yes.
He's using? Yeah, okay, I thought so. And I'm just gonna... It's a form of cant, I'll explain later. I have a lot of explaining, a lot of things to do, apparently.
Wow,
I'm just
nobody's gonna
keep
make the
walking.
joke.
Thieves' Cant? Thieves' Cant what?
I just missed it.
Anyway.
As the
I'm just
hooded
gonna go.
figure leads you through the gates, he takes you up a set of stairs to a walkway built atop the walls that enclose all of Little Calamshan
Oh
and
no,
divided
third
into
location.
smaller compounds. You notice all of these walls almost look like the boundaries of property. And Imre, this looks exactly like every city in Calamshan proper that you've been to, just tiny. And it just kind of makes you feel at ease. You know how to navigate this. You know how this works, and it makes sense to you.
Definitely feeling more comfortable here.
After slinking through the wall-top passages and the twisting obstacle course of the city for everyone who is not Imre, you drop into a darkened enclosed yard. The agent produces, seemingly from nothing, a key, and opens a door, and warm light comes spilling out into the cool night as they motion for you to enter first.
Follow along.
Go in next.
Through the door next?
You know, my family always says things come in threes, and you've taken us to a tertiary location. Should I be concerned? And she goes,
3 flickering oil lamps hang on copper chains from the ceiling. A central fire pit embraces a heap of coals. Multicolored rugs and cushions blanket the floor surrounding the fire in the Kalashite style, to which Imre is very accustomed. And Doc, you're used to this. Most of the places out here look like this. It's very cozy. Heavy drapes obscure the walls and the ceiling, creating the impression of being inside a large tent. A seamed face peers at you from beneath a turban. The man, wrapped in an ornate brocaded robe, sits beside a low table alongside the fire pit. He motions for you to sit and begins pouring tea. When the door clicks shut, your guide steps forward, pulls away a false beard, throws back the deep hood, revealing the face of a really beautiful woman. "Thank you for coming," she says as she sits cross-legged on a pillow next to the old man. "I wasn't sure you would, but we had great hope." You look at her short, fluffy brown hair, small, pointed features. She looks like a whole-sized pixie. She is stunning, with vibrant green eyes and strong brows. She says, "My name is Ril Sarayo. I am the owner of the Callum Jewel Emporium. It's a pawn shop. It's just up there in the front room of the building. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my confidant. This is Musayed. Musayed doesn't say anything. He just kind of politely nods and like holds the teapot out like, does anyone else need more things?"
For a second, when you said he doesn't say anything, I thought you meant like he doesn't speak, and I was like, oh, that's a great confidant.
yeah, I was, but then, yeah, I thought he was.
Whether
muted.
he speaks at all or not is actually pretty unclear.
And then I put it together and realized I'm stupid.
Rocky the whole time.
That is my spirit animal.
And she continues. I'm going to be upfront for you. My shop is really a front for guild business. People in the city would like you to believe that the guild is something to be feared, something that is a bad organization, something that is dangerous to the people. But I promise you, we take money from the wealthy and give it back to the people who need it. She seems genuine, by the way. Like, she's really, like, this is coming from her heart. Like, the wealthy of this city don't deserve what they have, and they deserve what they are given, even less. Now, we just take that and redistribute to help protect the poor and the needy. So we overpay for the trinkets and trash that our people bring in, and we overcharge the people who buy it. We've nearly gone broke a few times, if I'm being honest, by overpaying. But they deserve it, and we're happy to help. We're the only protection between them and, well, the Flaming Fist. The Flaming Fist and the city do nothing for them but take their money, take their business, and take their tolls in taxes. The outer city citizens are even locked out of the city when there's times of danger because they're not even seen as citizens. They leave them out here to die. And I can't let that happen.
Well, so the whole time, I've been just watching Doc of just every time the word guild is spoken just to see his reaction. Like, my attention is very clearly split between Rilsa and Doc.
Well, and Musayed is so distracted by this that he's just kind of like the whole time because he just sees Doc going and just twitching.
Yeah, you know, Doc's interactions with the guild has not been as rosy-colored and altruistic as Soraya has made it out to be. My dealings have not been like that, so. Hence the nervous tick.
Is there that noise
Musayed
with
kind
it?
of
Yeah.
taps her and she goes, "Yes, I heard him. That you've done that several times. I don't want to disparage you if this is a social tick or an anxious thing
Oh yeah,
that is
very much
brought
so.
on."
Very much so. You know, a thing. But it's okay. I'm used to it.
Zipporah
Listen.
leans in and is just like, I don't think he likes the G word. Wait, watch this. Guild.
She quietly
Turning into a Muppet.
smiles and says, "Oh, Dr. Citron, do you think I don't know a member of the Pact of the Gilded Hand when I see one? You have done incredible work for this city, and you have built things that truly help these people. You know better than anyone. Baldur's Gate is a merchant's town, and gold greases its wheels. You have to pay to get in, you pay to get out, in addition to toll and tax agents frequently demanding bribes, confiscating contraband, targeting people from the outer city because they know no one listens to our complaints. The poor of the outer city are being kept poor, and you know Or you should, if you are the man I thought you were, and the man that the nail tells me you are. A man who knows that the whole system is unjust. Now I ask you, there's a toll collector who's grown particularly rich from stealing from the outer city citizens. Nant Thongold. That little maniac, that psychopath, is sitting on a fat stack of riches because they stationed him at Basilisk Gate? They even call him the Basilisk. I say it's high time we take the wealth back from the Basilisk, so he can't turn anyone to stone again. He's robbing my people, and I'm not going to stand for it. Now, obviously, I hope you'll all help me. But Julius, I'm willing to make that an order if I have to.
Doc is a little visually a bit uneased.
Well,
You know,
and is sorry. You first.
What
You know,
questions do you have? So as a DM, what questions do you have? Because I have information that might benefit you, but you have to ask me. What would you like to
Can I ask a
ask?
question?
Smiling DM.
Oh goodness.
Can I ask a question while he's thinking?
Sure.
So would I have
Here we go.
people on their would I have sent some refugees on their way here from Kalashik Desert? Like people that people maybe that coming from
Unless you've been up here, nobody would really suspect that the outer city is Little Kalimshan, especially if
Okay.
you've been living there for a long time. But people you have sent here certainly would have found their way to
Okay.
Little Kalimshan for sure. You're
like,
likely to
I
see
wouldn't
some familiar
know.
faces.
Okay, so yeah, like I wouldn't know, but I would just assume maybe some of them have come here.
All of them have come here. Every single person in Little
okay.
Kalimshan is a refugee.
Huh.
Is a refugee.
Oh, legit. Okay.
Mhm. Ooh,
what
my
is
bad.
it exactly you have in mind with Nan? What do you want done?
That is
My
an
attention is glued
excellent
on Doc now.
question. I want to rob him. We can use my shop to redistribute the dwarf's gold to the people who actually need it, the outer city's poorest and most in-need residents. Though, of course, I would never ask you to do that. I just think it would be awfully convenient if his wealth were to go missing. Especially knowing the people who could benefit.
Okay. So, sorry. Do may I cut in here, if you don't mind?
She turns to look at you.
So, I really like where you're going. I totally think, yeah, all these people should get back. But right now, they've got their feathers a little ruffled, looking for a damn shield right now. Are we sure
Is
this
that
is
so?
the right time to ruffle their feathers? Even more so.
Nobody ever got better without adversity. Though, if I'm not mistaken, aren't you that little magician from the keep in the lower city? You come down here to bring gifts to that little girl. The one that has no family. She comes by my shop often, you know. You do more good than you think you do. I'm simply suggesting maybe we do a little more.
Zipporah goes quiet and actually takes the hat from her head and just holds it close to her.
Imre is going to look at her companions. He has a point. These people came from with nothing. They're taking what little they have. They're getting what little they have taken away from that. How is that? How is it fair that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Need to do something.
She seems like a woman who knows what I'm talking about.
How long do you need us to we have to make a decision? I'm assuming you want an answer now.
Well, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just simply asking if you would consider helping the residents of the outer city. If you do, come see me. If you don't, no harm done. Oh, and Julius, thank you for all the work you do. It matters. And she gets up and she excuses herself. Musaya, don't let them run out of tea. They can stay as long as they like. There's snacks in the cupboard.
As she leaves, Doc pulls out his little flask and well, that was interesting.
Interesting is right.
Again, I'm not against helping them. It's more of I'm more concerned with if that's how they reacted to a shield, a very you said it was non-magical. Yes, we got that confirmed, right? Yes, that it was
It's
a non-magical
just a
shield.
flaming fist shield.
It's
as
just
far
a
as you
shield
know.
with a fist on it. Okay, so if that's how they reacted with a shield going missing, I'm concerned with how they'll retaliate when this man's stolen. Correct. Let me get myself correct on that. Stolen currency disappears. I mean, I'm always all. But I'm just concerned about people getting hurt.
Musayed is sitting there kind of thumbing the lid of the teapot. He seems deep in thought. He's listening, but he almost seems like he has feelings about this situation, though of course it would be impolite to interject.
You, what are your thoughts? I see you. She's pointing at Musayed.
Well,
You did a thing.
Chris seems to have something to say.
Nope. I was just making sure that my reaction was out of character, because, oh no.
Give me a second here.
Oh boy.
oh, we're typing.
Oh boy.
Speed keys.
I'm getting a DM that it's you feel a pain in your side as you are stabbed to death, and make a new character.
You've been murdered twice.
Ventilate 'em.
You have been murdered.
Okay.
Jimmy, take out the dog. For a walk, Jimmy.
Musayed kind of lifts his teapot and he just Ms. Ryle has taken care of me since I was a boy with nowhere good to go. Nowhere good to go. I don't. I don't think stealing is stealing. If you're stealing from people who are already stealing from those who everything they have is too much to lose. I do really nice, well, good here. And I want to help her. And it would mean a lot if other people helped people like me the way that she helped people like me, helps people like me. It's not my place to say, but the Flaming Fist always have their feathers in a flaming fist about something.
In a flaming kerfluffle.
If they had it their way, they'd probably take out the whole outer city. I know they don't want us here. But we have a place. Balduran welcomed us. He let us build this part of the city. So, well, we're Baldurians, right?
All right.
But it's not my
We're
place to say.
Adamses.
I mean, nope. You drive a good point there. The Flaming Fists do have a flaming fist up their ass, so.
Hey. Don't knock until you try it.
A whole flaming fist!
Hey, man.
Burn.
Oh, dear God.
In before we have to do a flame, hear me out cake. The Flaming Fist.
And with
No,
that,
anyway.
he picks up his teapot and he sets it on the table and he says, well, I've said my piece. And he walks over and he opens the door and he just kind of goes, what do you do? What do you say? What do you all think? Do you tell him anything? He seems expectant, but he also seems like he knows he's asking a lot. But that if anyone could do it, surely it would be the heroes of the wide.
I'm gonna look around at everybody and just deep sigh and just like you're it is a sigh so deep you're like, wow, that is a lot of lung capacity.
Zipporah is holding her breath. And she can do that for a long time. And it is very noticeable because, like, since she last spoke, she has been holding it, has not exhaled or anything, and so she simply, her next motion is she simply places her hat back on her head and turns it.
You're not turning
And-
more blue, are you?
Musayed nods in understanding.
That is her answer. Yeah, right there. That right there. Just a fixing of the hat.
Well,
Yes,
you know
Stu?
how I all feel.
Meanwhile, Doc looks like he's the meme with the calculations going on in between. He's like working out every single possibility, you know. And you just see like a stress mark like appear on the
It's just animation.
So what I'm
Forehead.
hearing is he's stewing on his option. Oh,
So with that deep sigh, I'm just looking at everyone. I am by no means saying we don't help anybody. I need to make that abundantly clear. But I need to make it just as painful. to make absolutely 100% certain a single bit of this ever traced back to anyone.
Yes, because, making an enemy of the guild is one thing. Making an enemy of the Flaming Fist is an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
Most people would definitely fear the guild more so than the Flaming Fist.
They'll stick a flaming fist up your ass otherwise.
Some people might like that.
Beat me to it.
Hey, we don't king shame around here. So yeah, I think I really don't want to cross the guild. I'm already tied into them.
I was gonna say, you have some explaining to do later.
I think you also have some explaining to do, but I also...
I've made that clear, though. He hasn't.
This is true. Hey, DM.
Yes.
Is there any way I can get in contact with my patron? Would you know how I could do that?
You just hit a humming right there, or like.
I would say that your patron is somewhat always aware of your thoughts. They always have at least one eye on you.
I'll be right back.
But if you wanted to try to get in direct communication, I would say the best way in your mind is, well, I mean, I guess people pray to their gods. That's just like having a conversation, right? So if I just like find somewhere quiet and have a conversation, they should be able to hear me, right? Like, do I reach out to them? Do I have to say their name?
So hypothetically speaking, could I like whisper into my hat like, "Hey, do you think we can talk sometime soon?" And then just hope they show up one day when it's quiet.
I would say that's a thing you can do.
All right, yeah. So, while all that's going on, she's gonna just silently, hey, Grandpa, do you think we could talk sometime soon? Okay, love you, bye. And puts her hat back on.
As you put your hat back on, a warm feeling of comfort and embrace rushes down your body from your scalp to your toes like a big warm hug.
Which of us heard what was just said in the hat?
I assume all of you, because Musayed's looking at her like, I'm just waiting on
Well,
an
she was
answer.
whispering. How
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Are
he just
people,
saw
like,
you
tuning in?
whisper into a hat. It's fairly confusing. It's not exactly a loud room.
Well,
Like, you all heard
yeah.
a whisper, but I
Yeah.
would say Imre and Drizzt probably heard it.
Okay.
Doc is still running the numbers game.
at least think we heard it. Like, you're like, did I just hear what I...
The strangest being I've ever met.
Musayed's just kind of like,
And
waiting on an answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over and hit, like, everyone just kind of nod and the kind of, so we're doing this, yeah?
Well, don't really feel like I have a choice here, so yeah.
So I'm gonna look over at Musayed, and in Thieves' Cant, sign to him that we'll be at the keep, and that when we are needed to send notice,
He looks at you, and he gives you a deep nod of understanding, and says, "Thank you, heroes of the wide. I bid you good night." And he, like, gestures to the door now. He's no longer just, like, standing by the open door. He actually welcomes you out and into the night, where a lamp lad is waiting for you.
A lamp lad?
A lamp
Uh-huh.
lad.
Yeah, what's-
What
is a lamp lad?
It's
Is
a-
it like
it's a
is it
lad.
like a lad who lights lamps?
Would you like to explain
Yeah,
it, Vincent?
Is that
it? I'll let you. I've done a lot of explaining.
Okay,
I'll let
so-
the DM explain it.
Baldur's Gate is really dark at night, and it can get a little bit dangerous. And in order to help you find your way around, lamp lads and lamp lasses carry big lanterns on hooks, and they escort you through all the different parts of the city to help you get home or
Oh.
to a bar or to wherever. Because once nighttime falls in Baldur's Gate, the fall fog rolls down all the way down to the harbor, creating a thick blanket of pea soup, jelly brain, comically thick fog.
This is a harbor city.
But-
All right, so like
They also light all the
Victorian London.
lanterns on the streets of the city. That's part of their job too. So at dusk, you'll see them
okay,
going
yeah.
around with like a little hook with like a tinder on the end of it.
okay, cute, Victorian London.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Santa Monica.
And this lamp lad is waiting for you. He's just kind of got his little cane hook with his
Oh,
with his lamp. He goes, "Hey, I heard you need to go back to the keep. I'm here to help you get there. You
What is
ready?
your name?
I'm Timmy.
Hi, Timmy.
Hi.
Hi, Tim.
You're pretty."
Oh, well, that's very. That's very sweet.
He
of
goes,
you.
"Oh, Mr. Doc, you're here too. Cool."
Yes, yes. No need to thank me.
I would never think of it.
Well, good. But let's not think of it.
All right. Are you all ready to
Lead
go?
the way, Timmy.
So Timmy
Yeah.
leads you through the fog-laden streets of Little Calamshan, up through the Basilisk Gate. Nant is asleep at his post, boots kicked up on the table under that little awning, just knocked. He leads you through the harbor and up around the side of the steeps and in to the lower cities district nearest the central wall. And as you round the corner, heading out toward the north of the city, you arrive at a large building. It doesn't look like much from the outside, but a sign hangs from it that has a little toadstool hanging by his wee little arms off the bottom of the sign like he's kicking his
Oh.
feet. And it's got a bunch of weird little charms that people seemingly have tied onto it. And it simply says, "The Keep." And we'll end it there for the night.
Ah! I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, but oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you all for being part of an incredible first episode. And I would like to welcome you to a history of the Forgotten Realms. We'll see you next time. Say bye, guys!
Bye bye.